Tuesday. Quarterback C.J. Stroud and defensive back Jalen Petrie both still in concussion protocol, although he did add when Stroud clears protocol, he is the starting quarterback.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great Tuesday out there. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and we're very happy you're riding along with us today.
On a great Tuesday.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good Tuesday.
Well, look.
What kind of? You're that holiday mood, right? The kind of the holiday, the long weekend's coming up, and it's kind of, you got to get your motor going, and take care of business before you get off.
Get your motor going.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting way of looking at it. But everybody is in food prep mode. I've had more discussion today about food, and I'm going to the Cowboy games. I'm not cooking anything Thursday or preparing to, although I did see my wife buy a whole chicken. And
I hope it was dead already. You should just buy a chicken.
Nah, it's just running around in the backyard right now. I feel like Rob Thompson. No, because she was like, well, when we get back from the game Friday, because we got the UTSA Army game on Saturday, maybe Friday night you can do a beer can chicken.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, why not? If we have to have bird, I'm not the biggest fan of turkey to begin with, but I'd rather do a beer can chicken. I was thinking I was going to end up doing like Cornish game hens on Friday afternoon or Sunday for the Thanksgiving feel, but beer can chicken as long as she makes stuffing. Right? Can you do stuffing with beer can chicken?
Well, of course you can.
Because stuffing to me is the best part of Thanksgiving. And then the mashed potatoes and the gravy.
You can do stuffing with anything.
Well, you can. But, sometimes my wife wants to be a little bit more traditional.
I got you.
Yeah, but beer can chicken at some point this weekend I'll do.
You can't do a beer can turkey?
God, no.
Why not?
Well, I guess you could.
Of course you could.
I mean.
Might need a 24-ouncer.
Exactly. One of them big old beers. So you look at it and, we'll get into your brisket question in a moment.
Yep.
Then I'm talking to one of the bosses here, and, he's kind of frantic and trying to figure out timing tomorrow. He said, because he's got some friends coming over, and he's like, yeah, we're going to do, this turkey, and I'm cooking, and then, some friends are coming over, we're going to drink beer and watch football. And I said, well, what's the problem? He's like, well, I might have overdone it with the bird. Uh-huh. I was like, he said, I normally get a, 12 to 14-pound turkey.
Yep.
This one is 23.
23.
23.
That is a humongous turkey.
I was like, have you started the defrosting process? He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And but he's like, in his oven, he's like, a lot of times, you can have other stuff in there with your bird. With this thing, at 23 pounds, he's worried about how the timing's all going to work. And,
as he should be.
He recently moved here, doesn't have a smoker. He said, that's next. Doesn't it, and I'm thinking, I don't know this guy well enough on a personal level. You got enough friends for a 23-pound turkey?
Are you going to have leftovers for days?
Pledge, where are you going? You going over there?
Apparently.
All right, just invite yourself. I can't imagine
normally do
a 23-pound turkey.
Yeah, that's incredible. 23 pounds. I didn't even know they sold them that big. Seriously. Where the hell do you get it? I can't remember, like, going to H-E-B or whatever, getting a 23-pound turkey.
When was the last time you went and looked at the poundage of a turkey?
Well, it's been a while.
All right, there you go.
But I still can't remember the last time I did that. I'm just saying.
I know that, I know you were at Tri-County Meat Market to get a brisket.
I was.
But they've been selling their turkeys, I think 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20, and 20 to 24. That would fall in line with a 23-pound turkey.
I got a 16-pound brisket.
A 16-pound brisket.
Yeah.
Right, so here's where we need your help, right? You've listened to this show long enough to know that I became good on the grill during COVID. Ryan Eagle, since he got out of TV, he's getting good on the grill, and he now has to do the brisket for his family Thanksgiving. He hadn't done one since last year.
I haven't done a brisket. It's been a year.
When you're empty nesters, it's hard to do a brisket.
Yeah.
I did a tri-tip the other day. It was fantastic, right? Pledge was there, 3 pounds, and even with Pledge there was actually no leftovers at the end of the day because Pledge took a to-go bag. But a brisket's different. Now, somebody suggested to you to inject your brisket with beef tallow.
Yeah.
Now, I've never used beef tallow, but I know a couple of years ago there was a viral TikTok debate, if you will, on should you or should you not use beef tallow. I've talked to some championship-level barbecue guys that some say, yeah, they use beef tallow all the time. Others say no. I have never used beef tallow. If you have, and I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know that I would use beef tallow for your brisket knowing that I'm experimenting and a whole lot of people are going to eat this brisket. If I'm going to try something new for the first time, even if you end up using and wasting a lot of food, but there's always a pleasure, I will try something for me and my wife before I try something that I've never done before if people are coming over to eat it. So I understand your hesitation on, do you want to try beef tallow for this brisket that, it's got to feed the family. I mean, last year you ran out of brisket and had a whole lot of bird left over, which tells me you did a hell of a job on your brisket.
Yeah, we never have many leftovers on the brisket. Normally I inject this with a deal that Meat Church has, right? You mix it all together, you get in a nice broth, and it keeps the juices. But when you were talking to one of those guys, I saw the chain, and beef tallow, if you inject that into the brisket, it keeps the juices inside. Kind of acts like a barrier from the juices coming out of the brisket. So, I don't know. And I now, look, it came very highly recommended from a guy that I trust completely, and he said it's delicious.
Now, Adam over at KSAT 12 says, if it's a cheap brisket, I've used tallow.
A cheap brisket?
Well, and not by cost, but choice of meat. Now, if you're buying your brisket, and I know you bought it over at Tri-County Meat Market, that's one hell of a brisket.
Yes.
That's a cow that doesn't need the enhancement. Some places I'm going to guess Adam has shopped, you've got to have every enhancement you can, right? But sometimes, beef tallow can hide from what I hear, or help a otherwise subpar piece of meat, but there's other things you could do. So we're asking you today. If you've used beef tallow, how? And would you change up your normal routine to experiment with something new, knowing you've got to feed 20, 30 some odd people?
Now, see, that's going to be tough.
A lot of people are going to be counting on this brisket to be fantastic. And unfortunately, I know a lot of Joe's family, not all of them, but I know enough of them to know if that brisket sucks, they're not going to tell him it's good because they don't want to hurt his feelings. If it sucks, they will tell you it sucks, and then you're going to be really upset.
No, they will. There's no feelings or hurting. They don't give a damn. So, yeah, they will. Now, SA Texans on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says if you need to inject a brisket, you're not doing it right. Now, I understand that because I've done it both ways.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the injection.
Now, and again, there are different people out there. I'm going to guess SA Texans on our YouTube page will also give you a bunch of crap for your easy bake oven because you use a pellet smoker, as do I.
Yes.
All I care about is what is the end result. And if it's a hell of a meal, then it doesn't matter if it was a pellet smoker or if you inject it or not. The injection ultimately adds a little bit of flavor, but ensures that you're not going to dry your brisket out. And that's ultimately all that matters, right?
Absolutely, that's all that matters.
You know, Rudolph Gonzalez says he'll use tallow in the wrap, but not to inject.
So he kind of rubs it on the brisket and then wraps it.
Which is what I've heard before. I've never heard of injecting the beef tallow until today. So, I mean, and again, ultimately, if it tastes great, that's all that matters.
Well, I have a pretty good rub.
And again, it starts with a good rub, as
Absolutely.
all things do.
Yes. Foreplay.
Although Adam says don't change your routine.
See,
for a big day.
I think I'm going to stick with what I'm doing because the family seems to like it that way, and I'm going to do it. Now, the other question that I have, because I typically start this thing about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you're nope.
I can't do that because it's got to be ready by noon. And so I'm thinking I'm going to have to start this thing tomorrow before I come to work, have it cooking, and then I go check on it and just let it cook it low, really low.
205
really
on
slow.
super smoke, man.
Yeah.
You'll be solid.
So I think that's what I'm going to do.
You'll be solid. Now, the other part of this is Ryan Eagle's out of his brisket injection stuff, and he couldn't find any today.
Well, I didn't look today. I looked at the one I looked at, yeah.
Although I got some. You don't live that far from me.
Well, I don't.
I got some.
I was going to,
But do you risk experimenting on a holiday?
No, and I don't think I'm going to. Now, I like Rudolph's idea because I think that's a pretty good idea to rub the tallow on because, again, it keeps the juices inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's probably a pretty good idea to do that when you wrap it. So we'll see what happens, but obviously I'll let you know. Because I wish I did brisket more often, and I'm kind of excited about doing this because it's been a while, and so. But I need to. I should. What should you cook? About 3-4 briskets a year, maybe.
You?
Yeah.
I think you should do at least one every 6 weeks to feed the family here at the Radio Ranch.
Oh yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Sure. Well, I don't like y'all that much, so. And I need a big one because of pleasure. I don't want a big long thing down there.
No, brisket, Pledge. Brisket, different kind of meat. Briskets are great, but like I said, tri-tip flavor profile, especially if you do a tri-tip like a brisket, also known as a Trisket. If you cook it that method, it doesn't take near as long. Flavor is very similar, which is what they do in California a lot. They don't do a lot of briskets. They do a lot of tri-tip.
Right.
And call it, quote-unquote, Trisket.
I'm not opposed to tri-tip, but it's not my favorite.
When was the last time you had tri-tip? When was the last time you did one?
The last time I did one or the last time I had one.
Yeah.
I had some Sunday,
as
a matter of fact. Yeah.
No, that was picanha.
That was picanha.
That was picanha, not tri-tip.
All right. Well,
very, very different.
They're all the same.
No, it's not really. and I don't know what they. I mean, that was decent picanha up there at Cowboys.
It was
Jerry World.
It was, yeah.
But you could tell they're using an oven and not a smoker. There was no smoky flavor on that picanha.
No, there was not. It was damn good though.
See, now I'm getting texted. See now. Here's where you have failed, my friend Joe Ryan.
I failed.
Yeah, oh yeah. Adam has sent us a video. I'm afraid to hit play because of the audio. You never know what's going to happen. But he said it's a test turkey from last Saturday. So Adam has done a test turkey to get ready for the big day on Thursday.
Now, why would you do that?
To make sure you've got your everything down, to make sure it's worthy of serving to your guests. Why, Joe Ryan Eagle, did you not do a test brisket?
Have you bought a brisket lately? That's why.
I did a tri-tip. Did I tell you that? There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
especially the ones we like, they're a little pricey.
I mean, dude, come on. You were on a private jet this week. You can't complain about the cost of a brisket.
Again, I didn't pay for said private jet.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could have done a test brisket and brought it on the jet.
I could have.
mean, why didn't you think of
See,
that?
Here we go. Here's the problem.
Here we go.
With doing a brisket. It's like an adventure. It's like an event. You know, it's not like you can go out and cook something in 3-4 hours. I mean, this is like a 2-day event. Cooking a brisket.
2 days.
Well, yeah, because you figure about 18 hours. Well, I guess that's 1 day.
Yeah,
but
less than.
by the time you eat it and all, it's a whole
and then the
day.
leftovers.
So you're talking about 15 to 18 hours.
So tomorrow, while we're on the air, you're going to have a brisket on the Traeger.
That's the goal.
I would say
yes.
at 2:05.
So that's why I got to come to your house tonight.
That's fine.
Because I want to inject that baby, get it all ready to go, stick it in the fridge overnight, and then pull it out when I get up in the morning, so it's ready to go a couple hours after that.
Yep.
So that's the plan.
That'd be awesome.
So
can't wait.
If your wife doesn't mind, I'm going to follow you home, Minix.
She doesn't give a damn. You know that.
Better idea.
What?
Let Jason smoke all your meat.
What?
That's a damn good idea, actually.
Hold on, what?
Let Jason smoke all your meat.
Who the hell is that?
Is that R.J. Ochoa through some sort of megaphone? I don't know where that came from. I mean, sure. I mean, for a small fee, if you want me to smoke your brisket, bring it over. We'll inject it and throw it on my Traeger, and we know it will be perfect.
Looking forward to that adventure, but I think I'm gonna start cooking that thing about noon tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, and 18 hours later, what is that? Midnight, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep,
perfect. I love it.
Throw it in the cooler and then don't cut it wrong.
Yeah, well, I do have to wrap it, so I may have to get up about 4 a.m.
No, because you've got your Wednesday night deal at your other brother's house.
Right.
What's his name?
Derek.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that never gets talked about. I almost called him Daryl, your other brother Daryl, and I knew it wasn't Daryl.
He's my brother,
but he's kind of like
actually.
a Daryl.
Yeah,
right? So when you get home, and by then you'll have had a couple of beverages.
Yes.
And it'd be perfect to wrap that beautiful brisket and put it to bed for the night. And then when you got to get up to pee, it's going to be ready to.
Well, that's too early to wrap it, isn't it?
Dude,
well, maybe not. That
if you put that thing on before noon, 11:30 before you come to work, because you got to come to work tomorrow at noon, right?
I do. Yeah.
I wonder if we could convince the boss to do the show from home tomorrow. I mean, it feels like everybody else here is working a half day.
Everybody. It's a holiday, man.
I mean, Pledge likes it when he's the only one in the building.
Of course he does.
I mean, maybe we could do it from the kitchen table tomorrow.
Wow.
And then get video of the brisket making process.
So we're doing the show from my house.
I mean, we could.
Yeah.
Unless you're following R.J. Ochoa's, and then, well, I got an early flight, so no, Thursday morning.
Well, that's your problem, buddy. I'll be up early anyway, taking care of my brisket.
Mm-hmm. I would say save me some, but I know better.
I don't think there will be any to save, but I'll put it all on video so you guys can all see that deliciousness that's going to come out of that Traeger Thursday morning.
Look at all moist it was injected.
Exactly. I like injecting that thing anyway.
You just like stabbing stuff.
It's kind of fun, right? It really is kind of fun. I know who else is going to get up early on Thursday morning. Brian Schottenheimer. He'll be up early because he's got a big game on Thursday against the Kansas City Chiefs. He was talking today about that game and about a couple of other things. We're going to hear from Shotty when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Rue Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event than the Rue Pub. They're at 281 in Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, whether it's the Spurs on Wednesday, the late game on Thanksgiving. They will be open on Thursday at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. with the full kitchen available. So when you're trying to get away from your family that's been bothering you, head over to the Rue Pub. They're going to have everything you need after the long day that you have had, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, Friday, I don't know if you heard, there's a pretty big college football game happening up in Austin. You know it's going to be on at the Rue Pub. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday afternoon at 3:30. It's the Cowboys' 59th straight Thanksgiving Day matchup as the boys welcome the Kansas City Chiefs to Jerry World. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, I'm Steffi. You may know me from your social feed. I go big for the holidays, so I'm going to Famous Footwear because the best gifts are giving famous. My friends and family are going to love all these styles from Nike, Adidas, Crocs, New Balance, Skechers, and more. With over 800 stores, you're never far from the perfect gift. So make your list and make it famous. Come in today for buy one pair, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a hump day, but kind of like a Friday. We've got plenty of football to discuss. In fact, we're going to prepare you for the whole weekend of football tomorrow.
Football? What about basketball? There's games all day long. We'll keep you up to date and ready to go. No, by the way, is your turkey defrosted? The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood here? What is this? Who is this, Minix?
Just do the show.
I'm just wondering, who is this?
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel, doesn't know good music.
That's good music.
I'm Jason Minix.
That's good music? Dude, I swear it sounds like the Partridge Family or something. I mean,
Pledge, will you find some Partridge Family?
The Brady Bunch?
Yeah, the Brady Bunch.
Let's hit the road. Let's hit the road. What the hell?
Oh, my God.
He wouldn't know good music if it slapped him in the face.
I mean,
well, dude, if that's your idea of good music, you can have it. I promise you.
All right. Yeah. And we'll play Kansas coming up out of the next break.
Kansas.
You're a dumb butt.
Cowboys and Chiefs on Thursday. It could be the highest rated regular season game ever. At least that's what they're suggesting. Will Taylor be in the building? Patrick is struggling. The Cowboys coming off that incredible comeback. I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody, we all plan our Thanksgiving around the Cowboys game. I know everybody does. You're either eating early, trying to time everything to be like close to halftime of the early game, or you eat really, really late, 7 o'clock, after the Cowboy game is over. I don't know anybody that says, let's plan for dinner at 4:35. Nobody.
Nobody does that.
No. The world revolves around the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I mean, it's a Thanksgiving Day tradition. I heard somebody say it's like their 51st, 56th, 54th, whatever it is, Thanksgiving Day game. So it's pretty cool. And it's a high-profile opponent too, which makes it even that much more exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the game before that. You got Green Bay and Detroit, then Dallas and Kansas City, and then you got Baltimore and Cincinnati after that with Joey Burrow coming back. It'll be one hell of a day of football.
It really is. And again, what time is your meal going to be on Thursday?
Well, we plan to eat about 1 o'clock.
Exactly.
Halftime.
Yeah, of the first game.
Yes.
Everything will be done. You'll be on a dessert by the time the Cowboys are kicking off, right?
Or my third vodka. One of the two, whatever comes first.
Not one of the two. I mean, it isn't an either or with you.
No, dude, it's interesting how that works, but we always do that. But in our play, it's not really a formal sit down, and everybody kind of just scatters. There's not enough room at one table. We have about 20 people at my brother's house on Thursday, so you just kind of eat wherever you can find a spot. It's kind of the way it is. Yeah, we'll gather.
Do you get there early and claim a spot near the TV?
No.
You sure?
Dude, I'm like the godfather of this family, brother. I can do whatever the hell I want.
I know your brother Randy, and I don't believe you.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I'm the oldest, so I run the house. It's the way that it goes.
I know that's not true. I've met Randy's wife. And yours.
Yes.
You do what you're told.
I do.
Yes, dear. Now, as you get ready for this Kansas City game, a lot of people wonder what's wrong with the Chiefs. Brian Schottenheimer was asked today about, the Chiefs offense that apparently is struggling.
Yeah, I don't turn on their film and be like, man, they're really having a bad year of it. I don't think that at all. I'm like, man, he's really fast, and he's super fast, and that guy's fast, and that guy's a good runner. I mean, you look at, sounds like they'll, potentially get Pacheco back, and he's a great player, and Hunt's playing great. We all know what Travis Kelce can do. I think he still leads them in receptions, but the speed of, Hollywood Brown and and Worthy and Rice. I mean, those guys. He's just got weapons, and it's going to be a fun battle because you got two very talented and experienced quarterbacks going at it, and it should be a fun game.
I think it's going to be a great game. By the way, Andy Reid said just a few minutes ago that Pacheco is playing in that game on Thursday. So just to update Schotty there. I don't know if that scares anybody, but he is playing.
Well, I mean, defensively, the Cowboys are better. Schotty was asked today, because the defense for the Cowboys has been playing better, is Schottenheimer still involved in those defensive meetings?
I'm still in there. I have not been in there this week because of the short week. But no, I'm still in there. And again, it's not that, I want to question things or that I'm the defensive savior. It's just, I need to know what's going on in all three phases, and that's special teams, offense, and defense. And but I will say this, I mean, what you guys are seeing on the field is what you're feeling in the classroom. The communication's great, the energy's great, and there's a lot of confidence with that group right now in the way that they're playing. And I think that's very good for us because I think we're playing with some confidence as a football team at the right time.
Well, I don't disagree with what he's saying there, but I think this is going to be a guy that, look, you don't see a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes all the time. He's different because he can just make magic out of the clear blue sky. So that's something the Cowboys defense is going to have to worry about. And Schotty's right. When you got Kelsey, he has a tendency to get open. Rashee Rice is another weapon that they're going to use. So this is going to be a test for that defense, no doubt.
And as well it should be. I'm more confident in the defense than I have been in a long time. And again, I saw him against Philadelphia. We were at that game. That defense played well, and it wasn't that, Philly was struggling. That defense played well. And, the Raiders game, it was the Raiders, right? Against Philly, now it's still Patrick Mahomes. And that offense is still going to have to go out and score a ton of points. I don't see this being a 23-20 game like what the Chiefs just played this past weekend, where they held Indianapolis to, 10 first downs or something ridiculous. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys' offense has to be playing at a high level. They can't have a first half like they did against Philadelphia and expect a 24-0 run against the Chiefs. That isn't going to happen.
That's not going to happen. They're too good offensively. It should be a great football game. Could be a very high-scoring game. It really could be. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know what else I'm looking forward to is Saturday in the Alamo Dome. Army is coming to town to take on the UTSA Roadrunners. And Christian Bove with USAA has got a special treat for some fans. He joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, especially this time of year. Whether it's family gatherings, different parties, things don't go right and you end up arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004. By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
JTV, Jewelry Television. With 80,000 jewelry looks, we're kind of a big deal. Even bigger with new lines of designer handbags, fragrances, and more. And biggest of all, because you could win a 7-night stay in Bali, spending money and thousands worth of JTV jewelry, making you kind of a big deal. Enter by December 7th at jtv.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Then watch JTV on TV or shop jtv.com for big holiday deals.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Texas Longhorns, presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's for you, Ryan Eagle.
There you go. Now there's some music. Come on.
Sucks.
Dude, how is this any different than the stuff he played before? It's the same thing.
This is, this and
Same
Blink
thing.
182 is
Yes.
the same thing. Yeah, that and Green Day. Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
Kristen Bove from USAA joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Kristen, also one with great taste in music. Sorry you had to hear that, my friend.
All good. I would also prefer a Blink 182 or Green Day.
Reinagle thinks that music sucks.
Well, I did. That one song sucked, Christian. I mean, it really did. It was like a Mr. Rogers segment.
It's nothing like that. Hey, Kristen, before we get going, I know I've known you for a long, long time, and I know you are one that likes to smoke meats. We were having a discussion earlier because Reinagle's got a brisket that he's going to do for Thanksgiving, and he was told by a guy that knows what he's doing that he should inject his brisket with beef tallow, which I have never done. And so we were talking about, should you, one, use beef tallow, two, do you try something different when you know you're going to feed a whole bunch of people for a holiday?
So usually Thanksgiving isn't the time to experiment. I'm all for experimenting with smoked meats and trying different things, but I don't know if when you're hosting is really the best time to do that. That's a big risk right there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the consensus.
I'm a big fan of beef tallow.
Well, yeah, I am too, and I've been reading some stuff and different things, but this is the first time I've ever had somebody, you should try injecting that. And I'm like, okay. So at some point, I don't think I'm going to do it this time, though.
You got to let me know how it comes out when you finally do, though.
I will. I will.
Out of curiosity, Kristen, when you've used beef tallow, have you ever basically heated it up and used it as an injector, or do you just kind of rub it on before you wrap? I'm just curious how you've used it in the past, because I've read good and bad about beef tallow. I've never used it.
Yeah, I've just kind of brushed it on there. I've never done the injection, so real curious. I mean, obviously I love injecting the turkey whenever I deep fry the turkey, so I got to assume it's kind of the same thing, keeping it moist, keeping it juicy. So, yeah, interested to find out how that works.
I'll let you know.
All right. Now, for UTSA against Army on Saturday, obviously, USA, the official military appreciation partner of UTSA Athletics. You guys are going to be doing a lot at the game Saturday. I'm curious, Christian, are you going to be smoking any meats as well as a part of the tailgate party?
I'm probably still going to be stuffed from Thanksgiving, so I don't know if I'll be smoking any meats, but we'll definitely be down there celebrating, looking forward to an awesome matchup between the UTSA Roadrunners and the Army Black Knights for sure.
Well, I tell you what, Christian, it's always special when you get Army coming to town, and they've been the one team that is giving UTSA fits inside that Alamo Dome. But just a special day, isn't it? Seeing all the Army folks down there and just out of celebrating the country.
Absolutely. It doesn't get much better than that. It's the Salute to Armed Forces matchup. So not only is it our hometown boys there with UTSA football, but it's Army. Obviously, USA's, big partners of both. But for this game, this coming Saturday, we are the presenting sponsor of the game. And like you mentioned, Jason, USA is the official military appreciation partner of UTSA Athletics. So not only football, but across all of their sports. So we always root for our home team. And so while we obviously want a great matchup this weekend, we'll be rooting for those Roadrunners.
I'm glad that you said that, Kristen, as we visit with Kristen Bove from USAA. We were talking with Jeff Traylor on Monday. This will be the third time Army has come to play the Roadrunners in the Alamo Dome. And he said, there's always more fans of Army than UTSA at this game. And again, Military City, USA, you expect that it's kind of cool. But if you're Jeff Traylor, you'd like to see, more Roadrunner fans. You as a major corporation, and I think everybody is well aware of what USAA does with all the academies, the Army-Navy game presented by USA, which this year is in Baltimore. Can't wait to get up there for that. But for this game, you guys are all UTSA. You're a prime example of what we've heard Jeff Traylor talk about before, where, look, we know you might have interest with some other schools, but you can also support the hometown Roadrunners.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes nothing away from our support of the service academies. Like you mentioned, USA is big partners and supporters of Army, Navy, Air Force, the Army-Navy game. But like you said, it takes nothing away from being able to support the hometown team, the UTSA Roadrunners, and really that's what this partnership is all about. We're the presenting sponsor of the game, and just to show you how far USA goes, last year when we kicked off our partnership, we did something called Points for Patriots. So over the course of last season, USA actually donated $10 per point that was scored at every single Roadrunner sporting event. So whether that was baseball, basketball, football, we contributed $10 for every point. So we actually raised more than $26,000 last season. That's going to the UTSA Center for Military-Affiliated Students. So again, that takes nothing away from our support for the military academies, but really this is about supporting UTSA.
USAA is good about doing that all over this community, that's for sure. Now, there's a lot of good stuff for the fans that come in. I'm reading here you're going to be giving away the Birds Up foam fingers for the first 5,000 fans through the door.
Absolutely. Those are always a big hit with the fans, so you want to make sure you get there early. You know, do your tailgating, have fun, but make your way through those doors early. Like you said, the first 5,000 fans will get the Birds Up foam finger. Also, when you're done tailgating, swing by the UTSA fan zone. We've got a very cool kind of photo op there that you'll be able to go take your picture and actually get a player card. So you'll kind of transform yourself into a UTSA football player and walk away with a little card that you can take with you. And just, you know, another way of giving back to the fans and thanking them for their support of UTSA football.
All right, knucklehead question. Where is the USAA fan zone at the Alamo Dome?
It's right there near the HEB Plaza. If you walk into that zone, we'll have our activation. There'll be a couple of the game sponsors set up, and lots of stuff for fans to
Kind
do.
of where they have different activations. If you're doing, like, say, via Park and Ride, and you come up the stairs right there on the
Exactly,
the
right
part near
there.
Sunset Station. So if you're an A or B and you're walking through, make sure you head to that side of the Alamo Dome to take advantage of that. It's going to be a great time. UTSA against Army. And Christian has a pair of tickets to give away. Pledge, I don't know if I told you this, but we're giving away some tickets to the game and a parking pass, a very highly coveted parking pass.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, Christian, how do you want to give these away? They're your tickets.
Oh, man, put me on the spot. I don't know. What do you think? Best the 10th caller? What do you think?
Yeah, we can do caller 10. You worked in radio
Caller
before.
10,
Yeah,
that's
you
good.
want to give them
Not
away?
my first
Caller 10
rodeo.
right now? I mean, come on, Christian, let's hear it.
Yeah, since $10 donated for every Roadrunner point last year, we'll do 10th caller today. Calls in, gets a pair of UTSA tickets to this Saturday's game as well as parking pass.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 10, you win the tickets courtesy of USAA, and you get the parking pass. Christian, we'll see you down there on Saturday. Have a great Thanksgiving, my friend.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. You too, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Christian
you.
Bowe from USAA here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Pretty cool, not only tickets, but the parking pass, and that's pretty valuable in itself when you're going down to the Alamo Dome. So good luck to caller number 10, and whoever wins those. Get on down there, be loud and proud, and get yourself a Birds Up foam finger.
A Birds Up foam finger.
Now, I'm wondering how that looks. Which finger is Birds Up?
Well, I think it's a one, or it might be the UTSA sign and Birds Up written on the palm. I didn't want to ask him because it is USAA. I mean,
that would be kind of cool to have it, you know,
if
Birds Up.
Yeah.
You're a dumb butt.
Oh.
Could you imagine?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I'm sure there are some companies out there that would sponsor the middle
sure they
finger
would.
foam finger.
Yes.
And have Scott Van Pelt complaining that they had to pixel out all of them.
Very cool.
It is very cool. And it is cool that you see a company like USAA supporting UTSA in the hometown, right? I mean, we know USA is based here. Very similar to, conversations that we've had with Jeff Traylor through the years that, UTSA football is 15 years old, right? Most of us grew up rooting for a different football team. Even people that have UTSA degrees hanging on the wall might have gone there when they didn't have football. And you used to have the shirt that said UTSA football undefeated. Remember those back in the day?
Absolutely.
So you can root for the Longhorns, root for the Aggies, root for Texas Tech, and still support UTSA. And we hear so much from Jeff Traylor about how far behind they are. And he talked about what North Texas has been doing, and we know North Texas is having an incredible year. There's an article out today because Eric Morris is one of the hottest coaches on the market. Even though he's got a good job, he's having a hell of a season in year 3 at North Texas. He goes from a cornet word to the offensive coordinator at Washington State with Cam Ward, and then recruited John Mateer there, and we know what John Mateer is doing now at Oklahoma, to getting to North Texas And with this quarterback that hadn't started a game since his freshman year on the B team at quarterback, right? I mean, Eric Morris, the quarterback whisperer, if you will.
Yeah.
And all these jobs coming open, Eric Morris's name is linked to him the way Jeff Traylor's was a couple of years ago. And Jeff Traylor's still linked to a lot of these jobs, but, the hot name right now is Eric Morris. Well, there's an article out of North Texas today that North Texas officials and boosters moving quickly behind the scenes, doing everything they can to try to keep Eric Morris in Denton. Boosters have agreed to contribute more. North Texas, the university, pledging more money to their NIL fund. And North Texas wants to be a player. And I know when Eric got that job, and I think it's no secret, and if it is, Eric and I have been friends for a long time. And when he took that job, he was like, man, one of the reasons was the university's commitment to build a winning football program at North Texas. And everything that they said they were going to do, and in year 3, he's having a great year. And will that commitment stay? I just wonder in today's climate, can he afford to stay at North Texas if he has an opportunity to get to one of these Power 4 schools that would have, the max NIL rev share kind of numbers?
Well, here's the deal with all of that, and I know Jeff Traylor struggles with raising money and the monies that are there or not there when it comes to UTSA. And so when you hear something like that's going up in North Texas, you wonder, how does UTSA get to that point in time where the boosters or the corporate dollars or whatever the case may be can get to the point where UTSA can compete with Tulane, with Memphis, with North Texas, with some of the better teams that are in this conference, because they do have the money to spend on players. And unfortunately, and I think if you listen to the show at any time at all, I'm not a huge fan of the NIL dollars that are being tossed about these days, but it is what it is right now. And if you're going to compete, that's what you have to do. And I think, look, Jeff Traylor, I think, is his own worst enemy in a lot of ways. He is, and I say that in a complimentary way, because if they beat Army, they're going to win 7 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
On a shoestring budget.
Mm-hmm.
And that should tell you all you need to know about the coaching ability of one Jeff Traylor.
Absolutely. And I mean, I know, and maybe he was serious or half joking, he needs one of those years where they go 2-8.
Yeah.
Which nobody wants to go through. But I was at the game against East Carolina. I know they announced 18,000. Didn't feel like it.
And they might have been stretching that a little bit.
I mean, well, tickets sold are butts and seats. Which did they announce? Right? And, I mean, I know where my season tickets are, but I was able to walk and sit right on the 50-yard line with nobody around me.
Yeah.
And although it was loud, and then, it just turned into such a blowout because, man, they don't lose at home. And did people not go holiday weekend, the beginning of a long holiday week? Or is it that fan apathy because by UTSA standards, they're not having the year that we're expecting them to, like play for a playoff spot or even the conference championship, yet they dominated a hell of a football team. And, and then you read this article, and you guys can go find it. It's the article I'm reading about Eric Morris is out of the Denton Record Chronicle. And they're listing, one of the boosters is a real estate guy. And a lot of real estate people in San Antonio. But their desire to come up with the money to make sure North Texas has a winning football program. And that's the kind of stuff that I think when Jeff Traylor is doing interviews, whether it's with us or his press conferences or anywhere else where he's talking about needing the help, I think this is it. Because, a couple years ago, it felt like they were middle of the pack. Was it 2 years ago when we were talking to the commissioner of the American? Yep. Was it 2 years ago or last year?
At the Army-Navy game.
And I think he kind of hinted that UTSA was somewhere in the middle, but falling behind because these other schools were getting the big donations. Now, I don't know if that's on Lisa Campos. I know most athletic directors, part of your job is to go fundraise. the commitment from the university president. We've asked for President Amy to come on the show before many times, but he's always busy. But I don't know what kind of commitment that does Taylor Amy have as far as revenue share goes. But at some point, the university has to decide, are they going to play in this playground or not when it comes to money? North Texas, they look like they're getting into that playground. I see what's happening at Texas State. The minute Don Coryell got promoted to athletic director in San Marcos at Texas State, it feels like that program changed. Now, I've known Don for a long time, and he's been there for a long time, and he's finally getting to do everything that he wants to do, and look at what Texas State is doing. And then I see what's not happening at UTSA.
Well, which begs the question, and I mean this in all sincerity, and things might have moved too quickly, and it just caught up with UTSA, but did they jump into the American Conference prematurely when they weren't ready to get into a pool of universities like the pool they're into? Now, look, as far as the football team and what Jeff Traylor does on the field, competing with these guys, I think he does a hell of a job. But look, unfortunately, it's the way that it is. Players are gonna get paid. They're gonna go. Most players are gonna go where they're receiving the most money, and UTSA just does not have that money to compete. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't think it's sustainable for all of college football, however long that may be. But I just think UTSA may have made a mistake and jumped into the American Conference too quickly.
The rules changed after they got there. Goalposts moved. But when do you not make that jump? I don't know what kind of deal that Lisa Campos negotiated or Taylor Amy, whoever's in charge of it, but when Jeff told us the other day they're still not getting their full share, how long before they do get their full share of the TV revenues from the American? And again, those are some of the things when you're going into a conference that you negotiate. Do you want to get there? But the revenue share model, and we know what Memphis is getting. They got all that FedEx money, and then there's just various universities in the American that have it. South Florida, and we know the commitment that they have made, and we just don't see that from the university side. And that's kind of where I'm going to start. I mean, it's one thing to go find donors, but we're not hearing what the university is doing at UTSA, where you do hear what the university is doing at a number of the other programs within the American Athletic Conference, which tells me the university, whether that's Lisa Campos or Taylor Amy or a combination of both, they're not doing much. Are they doing the minimums? Because I know the American requires a $10 million minimum over 3 years. Are we doing minimums? What do you expect if you're only doing minimums?
Well, you're going to have where the Roadrunners are, middle of the pack, and not have an opportunity to win that conference championship. And so it's kind of it's unfortunate the way that it is, but it is the way that it is. And until it changes, well, then universities have to get on board and do what they can to make sure that they're competitive. Now, having said that, Jason, I will say, and football is a different animal than all the other sports. But the baseball team's been very successful in this conference. Who was it? The women's basketball team.
Women's soccer.
Soccer team.
Yeah.
Very successful. So there is some success in athletics coming out of UTSA. Unfortunately, for all universities, it's the football team that is the front porch of every university. That's the way that it is, and that's the way that it always will be.
And did I see the men's basketball team just got trounced last night against yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for baseball, and I'm happy for women's soccer, but you got to be successful in football and men's basketball. And they lost to ACU last night.
Not good. Not good. You own a raccoon?
Huh?
Do you have a raccoon?
I have one in my backyard that's pissing me off.
Really? What? Maybe you should go out, take some food to this raccoon, and make friends with it.
No.
Well, according to scientists, that's what we all should be doing right now. We'll tell you about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's a Tuesday. You're thinking about what you're going to watch tonight and getting ready for this long weekend. I know Clippers and Lakers will be an interesting game tonight in the NBA. Philadelphia is playing. You want to make watching those games more exciting. Make sure you're playing along on Underdog, the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money here in Texas. And it's that time of year again. Feast Week is back on Underdog from November 26th, so tomorrow, through November 30th. Check the app daily for special promos, and you think about all the football that's going to be played over the next several days, both in college and in pro, the basketball. Make sure you're checking the Underdog app for all the daily promos that they're going to have out there, because that could just mean more money. Because all you have to do in building your pick-em entry is choose whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Get all your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Disney's Zootopia 2 arrives in theaters just in time for the holidays.
Pops and Wild.
The Dream Team. Are you ready for the phenomenal Thanksgiving movie event?
That's a weird way to ask that.
Yeah, I've got no idea what that means, but let's go! After you feast.
Bon appetit! If at any point you choose to eat, bon appetit then.
Celebrate the return of Zootopia with the whole family.
We're gonna be the greatest partners of all time!
Togetherness! Never mind, forgot I said it. Disney Zootopia 2, rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. In theaters Wednesday. Tickets available now.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Need a reason to call Thomas J. Henry Law after a car accident? How about $1 billion? Because Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. And why we're one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your nature-made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Don't miss Target's swag bag giveaway. Be one of the first 100 shoppers in line at any Target store on Black Friday and snag a free shimmer tote bag with holiday goodies inside. Plus, 10 lucky shoppers who snag a bag will score a free bonus gift, like a Ninja Slushie, Beats Solo 4 headphones, a Life and hairdryer, or a $100 Target gift card. Don't miss Target's Black Friday swag bag giveaway. Only on Black Friday. Only at Target. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Must be 13 or older. For full details, including odds, see official rules at target.com/events.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Longhorns quarterback Arch Manning was named as the AP's National Player of the Week after his 6-touchdown day last Saturday. Threw for 4, rushed for 1. He caught another. He threw for a career-high 389 yards of the Longhorns' 52-37 win over Arkansas. He was also selected to the Davey O'Brien Awards Great 8 list and tabbed a Manning Award Star of the Week. Up next for Manning and the Horns, A&M Friday in Austin.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great Tuesday afternoon, whatever it is you're doing. And however you are listening to us, we certainly appreciate that. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And Thanksgiving's Thursday.
Thanksgiving is Thursday.
Wow.
Aggies and Longhorns on Friday.
Looking forward to that.
UTSA Army on a Saturday. That discussion, lots of various comments there on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can go there and read them. And a couple people point out, Saturday, with UT and A&M playing on Friday, you got no excuse, right? And a lot of times that is, right? I mean, if UT is playing at, 2:30 like they did this past week against Arkansas, and UTSA is playing, I know some would rather stay home and watch the Longhorn game or go to Austin. As opposed to going to the Alamo Dome. I mean, that is a fact of life that UTSA does have to deal with. Now, with phones, you can do both. You can watch a game in the Alamo Dome that's happening up in Austin. I was doing that on Saturday. Now, admittedly, 34-3 at halftime, I found a bar to watch the second half of both, but it was 34-3. Don't think it's going to be that way this Saturday with Army rolling into town.
Well, I tell you what, that's just going to be such a fun experience down at the Alamo Dome anyway, with the celebration of the military and senior night or senior day for UTSA. I mean, it's going to be a special atmosphere down there. So head on down to the Alamo Dome Saturday afternoon and take the family if you got family and friends in town, and take them down there, too. You have a good time. Guaranteed. A lot of great. Just go. The tailgating's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
Absolutely. A lot of fun. Can't wait.
It is.
I'll be there Saturday. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Ryan, you brought up raccoons.
I did.
About a week ago. Now, I've got 5 grills, and the other day, last weekend, and my grills are all covered, and the grease trap in one of the grills was on the ground and licked completely clean.
Oh, wow.
There's no mess other than nothing's there. And I'm like, what in the hell did that? So, Rob Thompson lives out in the country. Another friend of mine texted him pictures like, what kind of creature did this? And one said skunk, the other said raccoon. I can't remember who said what. But something that has opposable thumbs, something that could actually go in there, because you've got to, get in there and pull it out, right? I mean, it's how in the hell does this happen? So I'm thinking, okay, I've seen both on my cameras, raccoons and skunks. So it could be either one. A couple days later, and where this particular grill is, it's out of camera sight, and there was nothing on the cameras from the night before. Well, a couple days later, this raccoon was back. But this time, you see him, well, I don't see him in there, but you see him dragging it over where he was on camera. And this SOB, this damn raccoon is going to town on basically a brand new tray. Nothing had been cooked in there, so there wasn't, I don't know what he was not enjoying. And then this raccoon jumps up on the lawn chair and is just hanging out. He's just taking a nap on the lawn chair.
He just wants to be your family pet.
The hell?
I'm just saying. That's what scientists are saying. I found this article, and I find it funny. It says, science says it might be the new norm to own raccoons as pets.
It's cute.
I'm just saying. That's what they say. And the writer of this article, some dude named Austin Perry, I'm assuming it's a dude, he says, I'm going to adopt two and
Don't
name
assume
them
it's 2025.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Really?
How about that? Isn't that cute?
Uh-huh.
I thought so.
Yeah. No. I mean, they are cute, but I don't know that I want that as a pet.
Just do me a favor if you get a raccoon for a pet. Not you, Minix, but everybody else out there. Do whatever you want. Keep the damn thing in your house. Don't be bringing it on airplanes as a service animal or whatever the hell.
What if it's my emotional support raccoon?
But it won't be.
You don't know
Just
that.
don't do that, okay?
What do you mean, don't do that?
Don't bring it on an airplane.
Uh-huh.
They're creepy as hell, and I don't want to see it when I'm sitting there on an airplane.
You've got a doggy door. What if a raccoon came into your house?
Well, I guess it's possible. It could. I haven't had a raccoon take my grease pan away and eat it.
Not yet.
Maybe after the brisket. Could be.
It's possible. And look, it got fed once. It went back for more.
Yeah.
It was disappointed, but but it's weird. The other grills that are all within camera shot doesn't mess with any of them. So I don't know why he decided to get underneath the cover on one and bring that out and go, You ever open your grill just to make sure nothing's in there?
I did. Well, today I did, and just to make sure that there's nothing in there. And there wasn't, thank God. But, where we live, I know that because on the outside of the fence is there's a field out there, and there's a family of skunks out there because every now and then they'll walk by, and it's ripe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's just you.
No, it's not. It's not. They're ripe.
You.
It's like, oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you got to think about that, Minix. Nice little raccoon. Make that your pet.
No, it ain't going to be my pet.
You should.
Keep feeding the one as long as he doesn't destroy anything in the backyard. Otherwise, I'll have to figure out how to keep him away. One of your favorite people isn't going to ruin your Thanksgiving.
No?
No, Chris Collinsworth has the day off. Jason Garrett's going to replace Collinsworth on Thanksgiving.
Well, and I'm not unhappy about that. Hey, Garrett's good. Collinsworth probably would give me indigestion.
Well, he's better than you think. We'll explain coming up. Jake Delhomme was a guest on the Manningcast last night. Did you see that?
I did.
He told a great story.
Yeah, early in the game, first drive, I get sacked and my butt comes out. I feel a draft and it's freezing cold. And my butt comes out, and I look at the ref. My center, Jeff Mitchell, tells me, hey, your butt's hanging out. And I look at the ref, and he starts laughing. He goes, I can't give you a timeout, so I have to call a timeout. I'm walking to the sideline, and John Fox is looking at me. It's the second or third play of the game. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I said, hey, my ass is hanging out. I mean, what you want me to do? And he starts laughing at me. He's laughing, so the trainer, they think fast. They take an ace bandage or a Gatorade towel, and they kind of wrap me up. We go down the field. I was able to throw a touchdown pass to Ricky Prohl, get on the sidelines, and they put the towels around me, and I changed real quick. And I'll never forget, there were some people, some ladies on the first row, and they were waving dollar bills, so it was pretty comical. Because early on at Atlanta, that's kind of a late arriving crowd, so there wasn't a ton of people. But yeah, pretty nice little draft going on. I wanted to be famous for something in my life. I didn't think it would be that.
See that. Beautiful.
Jake Delhomme with his butt hanging out. Interesting. Jake Delhomme was one of those guys you don't remember, but he was a decent quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, got all the way to a Super Bowl.
He did. Lost to Tom Brady in one of the best Super Bowls ever.
Super Bowl 38 down in Houston.
Yeah, good stuff.
That was
that's where he had the wardrobe malfunction.
Exactly.
I remember that one.
Jeez,
I was there. Me
too.
Up there.
It was before Twitter, and clearly
Yes.
before they had the blue tents on the sideline, which if you ripped your pants, you could go
in the blue tent.
Go into blue tent and change without having some ladies throwing dollar bills at you. But, yeah, I mean, when Janet Jackson showed us her nipple, there was no Twitter. Where we were in the building, because you weren't that far from where I was sitting.
Yeah.
And I didn't have great seats, but Chris Berman was actually one row behind me. We didn't know there was a problem until we got handed a press release, a Xerox press release that they handed out at halftime. With CBS apologizing for the wardrobe malfunction.
Well, wait a minute. What happened? What did we miss?
Exactly.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep. It is. Also, did you watch any late night basketball?
No.
All right. Now, this was the radio call from Creighton.
Carr into the paint, missed the dunk, and a fucking foul? What are you talking about? That was 2 seconds after the play ended. Carr driving. He's outside the circle. He's outside the circle and he's set. He was outside the circle and he was set. Brett Smith blew it. He was outside the restricted area. He was straight up and down. He was set like the statue sitting out in front of New York, and they called that. That's an absolutely horse crap call. In a game that's been played out like this. Unbelievable bailout call by an incompetent referee.
Wow.
And ball don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously missed the free throw.
Mm-hmm.
Ball don't lie. You ever get crazy like that, Minix, when you see a bad call and you're calling a game? Just go nuts?
Not to that level. And I'm curious how much trouble he's going to be in. I think everything was good until he called the ref incompetent.
That was the Creighton, obviously, voice of the Creighton Blue Jays. What are they?
Yeah.
He's a very emotional guy. And
that's horse crap.
Likes his team. I couldn't see the play because it was a radio call, and so I don't know if he was right or not. I'm going to take his word for it. As mad as he got,
not a homer at all on that one.
No, not at all.
There are a lot of. I mean, like the UT Arizona State game, I think ended at 3 a.m. our time. I'm playing over in Hawaii.
Yeah, those poor folks having to go to Hawaii to play basketball.
It sucks.
Interesting stuff. Well, good for him. We'll I would like to see what kind of trouble that dude gets into. So we shall see. Indy Kalu is going to join us at about 3:35 this afternoon, so you want to stay tuned for that. We'll be talking about that, what kind of dreams he's been having after watching that Houston Texans defense play against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills the other night. But coming up, there is a poll out, or a survey.
A poll, huh?
Poll, survey from The Athletic.
Rankings
of the best announcing duo in the NFL.
Our polls are the best.
Yeah, we're talking about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
And attention, Dallas Cowboy fans, Twin Peaks is giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season long just for catching a game at one of the 4 San Antonio area locations. Get to Twin Peaks for every Cowboys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
There's nothing more frustrating than passwords, and
and password, directives where you have to change the passwords. I mean, my password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's a good one to have. But our stupid work won't let you do that as a password. It's like, oh, you can't use that.
You idiots.
You can't. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, well, we're different here with the Cowboys. That works perfectly fine.
You got to keep it kissed. We got
it, Coach.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, boys.
Brian Schottenheimer's Unfiltered Look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Thanksgiving Day, Minix, we will be treated to Jim Nantz and Tony Romo calling the Chiefs-Cowboys game. Because it is on CBS this week. And then I'm assuming Fox, the game before, will have Tom Brady and who's this guy?
Kevin Burkhardt?
That guy, yeah.
What about Joe Davis and Greg Olsen?
Well, it could be, but since I think Brady and Burkhardt are the number one crew.
They are, according to Fox and their paychecks. Although Awful Announcing has ranked the broadcast duos or broadcast teams for the NFL season, which makes me wonder, who are your favorite broadcast crews? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there. Go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel or tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. Not to give it away if you wanted to go look at the Awful Announcing rankings, but they have Joe Davis and Greg Olsen as the number one broadcast crew.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. I mean, they're good, and Greg Olsen is really good, and his analysis is spot on. I like listening to that crew, and especially Greg Olsen. So it doesn't surprise me, but I don't know. There's a bunch of I love Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
They're number two on the list.
I think they're great.
If I were ranking mine, I would have Buck and Aikman at number one. Tirico and Collinsworth are at number three.
And we know this is a fake.
Well, again, you hate Tirico, but a lot of people.
No, I like Mike Tirico.
Or you hate Collinsworth. But a lot of people do like Chris. I'm not the biggest fan, but I love Mike Tirico.
I've never met anybody that likes Chris Collinsworth.
His agent.
Have you?
His agent.
I mean, honestly.
I
his
mean,
son.
Yeah, because he got him a job.
Yeah, Kevin Harlan and Trent Green come in at number 4. Now, I love Kevin Harlan. Trent Green?
Yeah.
You know,
Kevin Harlan's the best.
Now, at number 5 on this list is Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt.
Solid team.
J.J. Watt has gotten so good at calling games. It won't be long before I think J.J. Watt's in the top 3, if not number 1. To me, it's almost like Greg Olsen. Now, I will tell you, this is kind of watching him the other day, I didn't know who it was. I didn't realize that was J.J. Watt. In fact, some of his, I don't know, corny lines, I thought it was Ross Tucker. And I almost texted Ross, man, I can't believe you're calling this guy. I mean, good for, and it wasn't Ross Tucker. But I mean, because I think Ross Tucker is really good, but J.J. Watt is really, really good. Kevin Kugler and the Moose Darrell Johnston are at number 6 on this list. Nance and Romo at number 7. Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit at number 8. And at number 9, Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady.
See, and it's interesting, though. And I'm a fan of that team. I think Tom Brady does a good job. I think people just like to hate Tom Brady to hate Tom Brady, honestly. Because the guy, I mean, he's a handsome dude. He's rich. He can do it all.
He's Tom, yeah.
Right. So I think people hate him just to hate him.
You know, Tom McCarthy and Ross Tucker come in at number 11. And then you start getting into, you probably don't know who a lot of these people, because you don't see them enough. I mean, Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner, with a handful of games they do, are there. Eli and Peyton are in at number 10, which is a little surprising. even like Fowler and Dan Orlovsky and Louis Riddick, the couple of games they get every year, they come in at number 16. But as I go through and look at, the bottom half of this are such regional announcers. If you're watching the Cowboys and or the Texans, you don't see them much, although I was a little surprised to see Chris Myers and Mark Schlereth come in at number 18, because I think when they're calling a game, one, I think both of them are great broadcasters. Chris Myers is a pro's pro, and Stink just does a hell of a job analyzing football and talking football.
Well, and I was surprised Adam Amin and Drew Brees, but to be honest, I haven't seen Drew Brees. Have you seen a game that he's called?
Well, not since he replaced the Dirty after the Dirty got fired for getting stabbed after a fight that he started.
I haven't heard him. I'd like to hear Drew Brees call a game and see what it's all about. I don't know. Interesting list there, and I agree with number one. I have no problem with that. But I'm a bigger fan. I like Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. I like the goofiness of Tony Romo. Some people don't like that, but I do. I don't mind it at all, and I think Brady has improved tremendously.
Brady has. One of the things when Tony Romo first started broadcasting was his ability to call the play before it happened based on formations and being out of the game and not in the meetings, and he seems to have lost that. And to the point where you don't hear him predicting plays as much, because he used to see something and call it before it happened. He doesn't do that anymore, and when he does, he's wrong. So he's taken that out of his wheelhouse. And players can see things that most people can't. The one experience I have was something like that. It was the damnedest thing. The one time Datwin did a game with me because Kevin Brock was going to miss a game, and Dat said, I want to do it. He called a pick six before it happened based on the formation and where the linebacker was standing. And he got all excited, started jumping. He's like, here comes a pick six. And he couldn't say, I don't know if he said the dude's name, but like 46, he's gonna score. And he did. I was like, how in the...
Well, those guys can look at the formation and know what's coming.
They see things that we don't.
Exactly right. I think it's interesting. It really is. And but everybody's got their favorites. And but I have no issue with Greg Olsen. And
Greg Olsen is probably one of the best. I liked him really. I mean, with Kevin Burkhardt, I mean, he was the number one guy until he wasn't, because they paid Tom Brady all that money. But I think he does a hell of a job. Al Michaels, I see Alexandra commenting about Al Michaels. Still does a decent job at 81. Is he 81 now?
He's getting up there, yeah. And he's already said he wants to be back next year.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, again, it's kind of like I feel about Tom Brady, kind of like I feel about, I don't know, name another old guy, Aaron Rodgers. They should just go away.
Oh, stop. An old wide receiver that's not going away has found a new home. Former Cowboy, Houston Texan. What did he play for? About 8 other teams? Brandon Cooks is signing with the Buffalo Bills.
And they need a wide receiver.
Yeah, they do.
Badly. So good move for the Buffalo Bills. They needed to do that. The Houston Texans whooped up on them Buffalo Bills. Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? Just last Thursday. Indy Kalu is going to talk about that and what's coming up for the Houston Texans when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, I got to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing, family-owned company, local company, a company that's been in business here since 1983. That is just incredible and should tell you all you need to know about the quality of work that Stevens Roofing and Solar does. They are outstanding. And you don't stay in business that long if you're not doing it right. They are certainly doing it right. They want to take care of you. That's what they do. And they have added solar to their name. They're doing solar panels now. If you've been thinking about putting solar panels on your house, you want to call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Have them come out, talk to you about what they can do, what you want to do, what your plans are, and they'll design a plan and they'll take care of you. That's what they do. As far as your roof goes, if you think there's something wrong with it or you just want to get it checked out, to make sure that everything's okay, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the name to remember, and the number to remember, 210-785-0994. They'll send an experienced team out to your house and check it for free. They'll let you know if everything's okay or there's a minor repair that needs to be made, or maybe you ought to start thinking about a new roof. Either way, you know what to do and you know the company to do it with. It's Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
It's finally here. Black Friday at Ulta Beauty. Take 30% off MAC foundations and lip colors. Save $100 on the iconic Dyson Airwrap. And starting Tuesday, shop mascaras for $14 and lip colors for $12. Perfect for stocking up. To make it super easy, shop online and pick up in store, or get same-day delivery. Head into Ulta Beauty and shop Black Friday deals now through November 29th. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Roadrunner fans, you won't want to miss the annual UTSA Football Salute to Service game presented by USAA. The Roadrunners play host to Army this Saturday, November 29th at the Alamo Dome. UTSA will honor their senior class in a special pregame ceremony. Log on to goutsa.com/tickets or call the UTSA ticket office at 210-458-8872 to purchase your tickets today. UTSA versus Army this Saturday in the Dome. Be there, because when we win, San Antonio wins.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Texas Longhorns, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it's interesting, Minix. We were just talking about Eric Morris, North Texas, and now some breaking news.
Yeah, the reports earlier that North Texas boosters and administration meeting to do everything they can to keep Eric Morris, but Pete Thamel reporting that Eric Morris, according to sources, will leave at North Texas to become the next head coach at Oklahoma State. Eric will coach out North Texas' remaining games, including both a potential American Conference title game and appearance in the bid if they win that and they make the playoffs. Apparently, he will get to stay. That part is a little unusual. Normally,
it is.
It's there. My guess is kind of like when Eric left UIW to go to Washington State. He took Cam Ward with him. That quarterback, Mestamaker, probably off to Oklahoma State as well. Although I wonder if he could get John Mateer, who he recruited to Wazoo, who then transferred to OU. Could he get him to leave OU to go to Oklahoma State?
Well, it all depends on the money, doesn't it?
Yes,
exactly
it depends on the money, and
Depends on the money.
I've known Eric Morris for a long time. I couldn't be happier for him because I haven't seen what that contract's going to be, but yeah,
it's great. It's great.
And
Congrats.
And to be at a program that can fully fund the NIL and the rev share and all that.
Yep.
Good for Eric Morris. He's now making Indy Kalu type money. The great Indy Kalu, San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer, Houston Texans legend, joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Have you recovered from your dreams from the way that Texans defense played last Thursday night?
Well, yes, but before we go there, you mentioned North Texas. The reason he was offered that job is because he led his team to that upset win against one of the greatest programs in the history of college programs.
Yes.
North Texas squeaking by Rice University, and no one in the world expected North Texas to win. So since he was able to beat the greatest program in the history of programs, now he was able to upgrade to Oklahoma State. So good for him.
Yeah,
good for him.
Everything you said is right except for you misspoke, which is unusual for a guy with a degree from Rice. It's not the greatest program, but the greatest promotion in college athletics get kids there where they said free beer. Come to the game. My God, we'll give you free beer and some free food and a T-shirt to watch us get our ass kicked by North Texas. It was a great promotion.
And it worked.
It worked.
And I was there. No, it didn't work on the field. It worked as far as the stands because it was a little more energetic before the game, and the students, they showed up and they tried to show out. But no, all jokes aside, North Texas, I mean, what that story this year has just been amazing. That's pretty cool to see.
Well, it is, and gosh, he started here at at UIW, and so to see Eric Morris go from UIW now to Oklahoma State is pretty cool.
And again, 3 years at North Texas, one good year, and he has parlayed that. The old saying, strike while the iron is hot.
That is it.
And he certainly did. But you think about, and I'm sorry, Indy, we're getting off on a Eric Morris quarterback identifier. But, he played at Texas Tech. And he'll be the first to remind you if you're talking to him, especially if there's a beverage or two involved, that Crabtree gets all the highlights when they knocked off then number 1 Texas and cost them a national championship. But go back and watch the film and see the catches that he made on that drive before Crabtree caught the touchdown. And then he was on the staff at Tech. He is the guy that found Patrick Mahomes and got some of those other quarterbacks up to at Texas Tech. And, you know, Cam Ward, that story, Mature, what he's dealing with now. The kid now at North Texas, he started on his freshman B team and was the punter the rest of the way. And now look at the numbers he's putting up. It really is incredible. And Eric's one of the nicest guys you'll meet, so I'm thrilled for him.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's going to be interesting to watch him and how he's going to have to rebuild that Oklahoma State team, but with NIL dollars, that can be done pretty quickly. Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And Indy, we'll start where we tried to start before. We want to know what your dreams were like after that defense beat the Buffalo Bills.
Let's just say if I wasn't so old, my wife probably would be pregnant right now. So it was man, but all jokes aside, as a guy that loves defense, you know, I'm one of the few guys, when there's a game that's 6-3 or 10-7, people are saying it was a boring game. I'm enjoying it because of the defense. I mean, that Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson, Azeez Al-Shire, just the way they approach the game, the tenacity, and no matter who you're playing, they're going to keep you in it. It was just fun to watch, just fun to be a part of it. And this is the best defense in the young organization of the Houston Texans that they've ever had. And, yes, I know about the defenses with Brian Cushing and J.J. Watt, but these guys are playing at just a whole different level. What was that?
I thought that was on your end, my friend. You were all excited talking about them boys.
Wow.
The electrifying Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz. Take us deep inside to what that defense was doing. You know, former players see things that most of us don't even know to look for. So for the average fan out there, what is it this group is doing defensively that makes them so special?
Changing the line of scrimmage. Even on plays where one of the front four guys doesn't get the stat, they don't get the tackle for loss. If you watch them closely, you just see them change the line of scrimmage and what I mean by that, the offensive line is being pushed back. And it sounds simple, but it's really not, because those guys get paid too. Those guys are 330 pounds plus, and all they want to do is move forward. So when you see four guys either a stalemate or they're getting pushed back, it just goes to show the tenacity and the get-off, because it's just not being big, fast, and strong, but it's the get-off, knowing the time that the snap is going to come out there. It's just one of those things that when they're all in sync, and your running backs, your quarterback is going east and west before he can go up the field, it's because of that get-off and changing the line of scrimmage. And keep in mind, they had 8 sacks. If you would have told me and showed me the schedule before the season and said, hey, in one of these games, the Houston Texans will have 8 sacks, I probably would have guessed that the Buffalo Bills would be the one team that it wouldn't happen with, because you're talking about one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the game, one of the best runners, big, strong guy in Josh Allen. That's not the guy you're expecting to sack 8 times.
Well, you know, Indy, what was impressive about that was the fact that usually a guy like Josh Allen can escape a rush like that. He can get outside. So not only the Texans were able to rush and push that Bills offensive line around, they were able to contain Josh Allen. And that's something it's pretty difficult to do both, is it not?
No, very, very difficult. And here's the thing. Josh Allen's faster than a lot of those guys. But one thing I noticed when there were some plays and packages where Azeez Al-Shire was the spy technique. And for those listening, spy techniques typically line up as a linebacker, and your whole job is just to mirror the quarterback. And there were times where Josh Allen took off, and I thought to myself, oh, you're not going to catch him. But Azeez Al-Shire did such a great job with his angle that he was able to cut off Josh Allen before he was able to pick up big yards or pick up any yards. And that just goes into why this defense is playing so great. It's not just being physical. It's not just about being nasty. It's about being smart and understanding how to pursue certain guys.
Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz. Indy, again, you played the game at a high level. I saw something in that game that I was just kind of blown away by, and that was Danielle Hunter changing his grip, if you will, on Josh Allen, if that's the right word. Had him by the ankle and then adjusted to get him a little higher so he doesn't snap his leg. And you think about the awareness and body control that it takes to do that, but in the moment to realize, I don't want to hurt the guy, I just want to get him to – how is that possible?
That just goes to show the type of guy Danielle Hunter is. It's possible because of the type of athlete that Danielle Hunter is, because you hit the nail on the head. When I saw that and I saw the replay, I thought, you know what, not only does that take compassion and a big heart, but that takes great body control too, because you know, a clumsy guy like myself, I would have been like, oh, sorry, buddy, you're about to break this ankle. I need my sack. And I just would have stayed there. But for him to, and you know what else he's doing? He's risking, giving up a sack. You know, I know the sack was pretty much secured at that time, but, you know, it happened so fast. The thought is, okay, if I let go, a guy like Josh Allen can kind of get up and pick up a couple of yards. But I actually thought that was just very cool, one of the sportsmanship plays of the year. But you also have to credit him for what type of athlete he is to make that adjustment.
No doubt about it. All right, Indy, you've got the Texans now have their first matchup against Indianapolis this year. And they've got to go there, and which is never an easy place to win, certainly not this year the way they're playing. C.J. Stroud is coming back. How does that change things, if any at all?
I'm sure you know that emoji on Instagram, that shrug emoji. When you ask that question, I'm shrugging because I don't know which C.J. Stroud we're going to get. What I like about what Davis Mills did, he put the pressure on C.J. Stroud. And, of course, C.J. Stroud will probably say I'm crazy, I don't know what I'm talking about, if he ever heard me say that. But with the way Davis Mills played, and he didn't play great, but he did just enough with that great defense and a ramped-up running game to go 3-0 in 3 starts, that's going to put pressure on your starting quarterback, who started to pick up his play, but throughout the season, I should say, people were starting to question, is this the guy we thought he was? And when Davis Mills goes out there and gets you 3 dubs, Jason, that's W for wins. When I say dubs,
thank you, sir.
I don't want to be too ethnic for you, but he gets 3 dubs for you. You know, that puts the pressure on it. So the expectation is C.J. Stroud, who has a higher ceiling than Davis Mills, better go out there and figure out a way to beat the Colts. And I love that, because when you have that competition, it makes your entire team better.
Now, as you say that, Indy, and obviously players are always going to side with players about getting all the money they can, but put your analyst hat on. I was texting with a buddy last night as Brock Purdy was throwing, 3 interceptions in the first half after he got paid. And, Mac Jones looked better. Buddy of mine texted me, Mac Jones looked better than this guy. When will it change, or will it ever change in your mind, that when you're next, you're going to become the highest paid or close to? I mean, you look at this cycle, nobody went past Dak Prescott, but who all got signed? Purdy got signed, 50-some-odd million. Trevor Lawrence got 50-some-odd million. Herbert got 50-some-odd. None of them have any playoff success. C.J. Stroud is due for a contract, and he has regressed every year from his rookie year. If you're the Texans, are you going to give him 58, 62, whatever it's going to be?
Hell no. Not right now. Not the way he's playing now. And it's crazy. And, look, I love seeing guys get paid. Like Brock Purdy, I have some off-color jokes. I love his story. Mr. Irrelevant, a good, strong Christian kid, and now he's getting paid. So I'm happy for him as a person. But if I'm the San Francisco 49ers, I'm like, man, I need to see one more year. And part of me feels like he's a very good quarterback who was in a great system that was made just for him. With C.J. Stroud, especially with the injury and with the regression on the stat line, I need to see one more year. I was talking to a buddy of mine, similar to you, about 2 weeks ago, and he was saying, hey, do you pay him in this offseason? I'm like, no. But the problem is, it feels like the players, and again, I'm all for seeing players get paid, they're able to kind of hijack the teams, because in my opinion, there isn't any reason to have to pay a C.J. Stroud, to have to pay Brock Purdy, but then you're going to have the long holdout. Your organization's going to look bad. People are going to talk about the culture. Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion, he should have had to play one more year. I think quarterbacks should go back to where Joe Flacco bet on himself, went to the Super Bowl, and then got the contract that he felt that he deserved, and never quite played up to it, in my opinion, after that, but he earned it. I just don't understand why these owners are in a position where they have to sign these guys early. Like, because even with C.J. Stroud, he's probably going to get that new contract this offseason, and I don't know if it's time to just, back up the Brinks truck and say, sign this open check.
Well, normally you want to be last, but, he and Bryce Young are both eligible this offseason. I don't know if I'm Carolina or Houston that I want to sign him this offseason.
Oh, first of all, Bryce, if I'm the owner of the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young knocks on my door, before I even open it, I said, you better not be fixing your mouth to ask for an extension because, no, if there's one guy who definitely has to prove himself, and a lot of the reason why is because, the Carolina Panthers, that organization as a whole has been struggling. But, no, so there's some guys. I wish a blank would come into my office and ask for more money, and Bryce Young better not do that. And I'm probably going to be wrong. But, yeah, there's no way in hell he could expect to get an extension right now.
Well, it's a quarterback league, right? I mean, and every team thinks they've got to have a quarterback, and they get desperate, and they don't want to do anything. Let me ask you this, Indy, because C.J. Stroud, and he seems like a very laid-back dude. Is he a guy that you could see if Houston doesn't give him an extension, that maybe he holds out and plays hardball with the Texans?
Keep in mind, I'm saying all this, knowing that there's games left and he can go out there and just ball out, and then everything that I've just said, it doesn't make any sense. But you know what? It's all business. So, I mean, yes, I can see him holding out, especially if it's going to work. There have been times where I've been wrong in my thought process where a guy held out, and I was like, man, this guy's crazy. Like, why is he holding out? It's not going to work. And then, 3 weeks later, you see that he signs one of the biggest deals. So, yes, I could see him holding out. If I was his dad, I'll be like, yeah, hold out if it's going to work and get as much money as you can. But just as a fan, as a guy that knows the game, I mean, you talked about some of these other guys. Tua. Didn't Tua sign a big deal too?
Yeah, he was the other one, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, there are some signings I like Baker Mayfield. I love that story, and I feel like that was money well spent. But, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of guys that get signed because the organizations are afraid of the alternative, even if they know. If the Texans signed C.J. Stroud to a huge deal this offseason, behind closed doors, they probably would be like, we're hoping more so than we're excited about what we just did. We're hoping he lives up to it.
Yeah, it's too bad because that rookie year he had was sensational. And a lot of it, look, let's be honest, is not his fault. I mean, that offensive line has been trash, and he's had to run for his life. But it is the quarterback takes all the credit and gets all the blame.
No, 100%. And that's how it should be because they get those contracts. There's a reason why the backup quarterbacks makes more than a lot of the starters. There's a reason why average quarterbacks that are starters make, more than your star defensive lineman. So, no, you have to take the good with the bad. You have to have thick skin. And ultimately, you have to live up to whatever contract they give you.
So, are the Texans going to go into Indy and get a win this week?
You know what? I had them beating Buffalo. Y'all said I was crazy, even though I did say that anything could happen in the NFL, and I expected I wasn't surprised when the Cowboys beat the Eagles. The way the defense is playing for the Texans, and they know every game now because of the way they started is pretty much a must-win game. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say yes, they're gonna win this game, and it's gonna be mainly due to defense.
All right, you got that on tape, Pledge, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Okay. Anything crazy with your turkey on Thursday?
Oh, man. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to not eat anything all day Wednesday so I can just gorge and eat like a jerk on Thursday. Like, my goal is
Andy, we've known each other too long. You could try that, and if you wake up at 7 by 7:45, you're going to say, screw it, I need something to eat.
No. You know what? I've done it a couple of times, and I've failed more times than not. But when I've been successful, and people out there who do that intermittent fasting, they'll tell you, Jason. So if I go when I try to go 36 hours without eating, the hardest part is like 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. But then when I wake up, I'm not hungry. And then I could easily make it till 12 o'clock. So the trick is making it to basically getting to bed without eating. So the plan is to not eat Wednesday, and like I said, just have an overdose of turkey and oxtails on Thursday.
You know what? I'm going to eat Wednesday, and then I'm going to gorge on Thursday, ND. So I just, you know.
You're just eating, yeah.
Just eating, man. It's that time of year.
Exactly. Well, you never had an NFL body that you're trying to keep.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look, that's the thing. I'm trying to get back. Somebody sent me a picture in uniform when I was with the Eagles, and I looked at the body, I looked in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, this ain't right. I need to try to get back to this.
You got a retirement body now. You've earned it.
You know what? I appreciate that. Didn't you lose like 100 pounds, Jason?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to be like you.
Yeah.
Dude, please.
Yeah. I can't wait to see you all of 5'7", my friend.
Yeah.
What about y'all? What do y'all have planned?
I'm going to the Cowboy Chiefs game, so stadium food for me.
Yeah, I got a big family thing at my brother's house, man. So I'm cooking a brisket for that, ND.
That's awesome. Put it on social. You know, I follow y'all on social media. Oh, speaking of social media, it must be nice. I played 12 years in the NFL. Y'all joke about my money, and you know what I've never done? I've never flown in a private jet, and I see y'all all in the private jet, looking all with y'all's beautiful ladies. And I'm like, wow, these guys really make that big cheese. They're just, and y'all look like that was y'all's norm. You know, that y'all look like that was y'all's norm. And then I'll also say this. There was about 10 of y'all, I'm assuming from the station. The brother who works on the station, he didn't get the invite for the private jet. You know?
I mean, first off,
is it Rudy? Is his name Rudy? Or?
Yeah, Edwin is Edwin, not. Edwin would turn down the invite, and it's only Joe and I. We don't take pleasure. We sure as hell ain't taking AJ. So no, that's just Ryan Eagle and myself.
Yeah, I noticed that it wasn't the most diverse group on the private jet. Oh man, like. I'm sure if y'all took a Greyhound, then y'all be like, "Hey, ND, you want to come with us? We got an extra seat for you." But it must be nice.
Yeah, I don't believe that you've never been on a private jet.
I've never. The only time I was on a private jet was when it was grounded, and I went for an event, and I just went for an event to show up, and that was the only time.
Well, we'll let you know when we get that invite again, ND.
Yeah, we'll send you pictures, man.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all would.
I mean, you got that NFL. You could afford to do that. It's yeah. I mean, you could go from Houston to Waco to watch one of your kids' games. Be perfect.
I can't even afford to rent the premium cars when I drive to Waco for the game. I have to get the standard.
No, Andy. Now you're lying to the people. I'm going to call you. I know you too well. You can afford it. You're just too damn cheap to spend the money on it. I mean, there's a difference.
No, they say if you have to ask how much it is, then you can't afford it.
Look,
and when they asked me, do you want the premium upgrade? I asked how much? And that means I was like, no.
See, again, I know you can. You just won't. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Oh, whatever. I just knew
go
how
raise
comfortable.
the rent on some of those people living in all that real estate you own down there in Houston. Then you can get your own private plane.
Look, maybe if they pay their damn rent on time, I could get
right? Happy Thanksgiving, ND.
Look, now I see why Donald Trump didn't rent out to certain people because I'm going through it. Look, when somebody told me they told me I was supposed to be mad at him, I was like, I kind of see his point.
I mean, what do you own, about 70% of the real estate in Houston right now?
No, I wish. Then I could be on a private.
Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, all seriousness. How much real estate do you own down there?
Well, actually, I started selling, so I was up to 70, but I've been selling because I want to invest in something else.
Nice.
Exactly.
A private jet.
Exactly. Exactly.
There you go.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, go collect some money, man, so you can pay for a turkey on Thursday.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, I'm thankful to be on with y'all every week. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate all that y'all do.
Appreciate it. The great Indy Kalu on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Well, since we're extremely late, we're going to get the hell out of here. We'll return here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, you think about this week, so much going on. Sports galore, turkey and food and family and a lot of sports. Make sure you're playing along on Underdog, especially with all the football coming up on Thursday and then Friday and then through the weekend. And it's perfect on Underdog because Feast Week begins starting tomorrow, November 26th through November 30th. It is Feast Week on Underdog. So check the Underdog app daily for a lot of special promos. And you know, the best place to make your picks and win money right now in Texas is on Underdog. And playing is easy. All you have to do is choose higher or lower on stats. Rushing yards, receiving yards, passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions, sacks, that sort of thing. Get your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
To the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
Find great savings at our Red Tag sales event at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Get $15,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado 1500s. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Buy a new 2026 Equinox for the low price of $24,999. Or get a 2026 Traverse for $36,999. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet by Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G 5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge and tax due at sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Oklahoma State University has just confirmed former UIW head coach Eric Morris is set to become the head coach at Oklahoma State. Morris led North Texas to a 10-1 record this season, a school best. Morris will remain with the Mean Green for the rest of the regular season, as well as any potential appearances in the American Conference title game and college football playoff. Tyler Guyton did not practice today and unlikely to be available Thursday.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Tuesday afternoon as we get ready for Thanksgiving on Thursday. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday, whatever you're doing. However you're doing it, thanks for spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here as well, and we're getting close to Thanksgiving, Jason.
Well, we certainly are, and I know one Eric Morris is thankful. Think about it. A few years ago, he was head coach at UIW, and this is how much this sucks for a coach, because I know Eric went, they lost the playoff game, and almost immediately the news started that he circling that he was leaving and going to Washington State. And he came on the Blitz, and, you know, obviously his agent, he and his family had decided that they were going to make that move, but they were able to somehow keep it quiet until the season was over. But he knew he was leaving for Wazoo, and depending on, had they won that playoff game, then he really had to make a decision because Washington State wanted him in Pullman right away. And I know, just in talking with Eric then, how difficult that was because he was so focused on finishing the season strong. They lose, and boom, in a whirlwind, you're gone. Oklahoma State. Now, there was a tweet earlier. North Texas called a team meeting today at 4 o'clock. So, obviously, Eric was going to let his team know what was going on, although they all have Twitter. They all probably knew. A couple of minutes ago, Oklahoma State makes it official. Their athletic director, Chad Weiberg, quote, "Today begins the next era of Oklahoma State football. Coach Morris has proven his ability to build and lead winning football programs. He has consistently identified, recruited, and developed some of the best players in college football." According to some of the things that we've seen on Twitter, whether you're following a Ross Dillinger or a Pete Thamel or a Brett McMurphy, North Texas has agreed to let Eric Morris stay and finish out the season wherever that may be. Obviously they've got another regular season game and then a potential spot in the conference championship game, and apparently they're going to let him stay, which is cool, right? Because Eric's got to make a decision, and it sucks that coaches are forced to leave their team for the next job, even though this season isn't finished. So I credit North Texas for saying, yeah, finish out what you started, but also Oklahoma State allowing him to do that, because it does remind me a couple of years ago when G.J. Kinney was leaving UIW in the same situation and spending half his day at Incarnate Word and somehow changing his shirt at Buc-ee's on his way to San Marcos because in the afternoons and evenings he was doing what he can to establish his program at Texas State. But that's how it works, right? You don't really have a choice. You strike while the iron is hot. And Eric Morris is certainly doing that after year 3 at North Texas, but his first great season, and boom, he gets plucked away.
This is a school best, from what I understand, for North Texas. 10-1 overall, 6-1 in conference play, and right now, if things stay the same, and Tulane and North Texas both win this week, then they will meet in the American Conference Championship game. It's interesting, and you say, in North Texas allowed, they have to do that, but Oklahoma State agreeing to that as well. And I wonder if that was part of it, that Eric Morris said, look, yeah, I want this job, but I've got to finish. I can't leave these kids after they've worked this hard. We've got to see this thing through with what we're doing here. And it leads you back to some of these other coaches, like a Lane Kiffin, for example. He's got to make a decision after that game on Friday, and will he stay and see it through with Ole Miss? And if schools are going to allow them to do this, then that's a good thing, and I hope they all do.
And again, I think about the NFL doesn't allow that. There are times when you can interview, but you can't announce. And obviously, like Ben Johnson went through it last year, going to the NFC Championship game. If the team, like the Bears, are willing to wait, I think everybody knows what's going to happen. But what if Ben Johnson would have told the Bears no late? Then they miss out on all the other candidates. But you can't interview somebody that's currently under contract, which is why you see, some of the NFL jobs that could come open or that do come open. You start looking at who's on the beach right now, like a Mike McCarthy becomes a popular name, because if somebody wanted him, he can go talk to him right now. There's no rules against it. But if you're after a coordinator, say if somebody wanted to interview Eberflus, they wouldn't be allowed, unfortunately, because he's got a job right now with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, he does. So
not that anybody's going to call him right now, but you know what I'm saying.
I don't think I get you. Interesting stuff here. And again, I think it's just another thing. We're talking about that this morning. It was a big topic of conversation, obviously not with Eric Morris, but with Lane Kiffin. And look, Kiffin's not doing anything that the players can't do. I mean, the players can leave their team in the middle of a playoff run if they decide to hit the transfer portal. And I'm not saying it's right or making any excuse for Lane Kiffin if he decides to take the job at LSU and move on from Ole Miss. But that's part of the bigger problem in college football today.
The calendar doesn't match up because signing periods, portal periods, all that is going to be there. And again, the biggest difference between, say, Lane Kiffin and Eric Morris. Lane Kiffin has made a lot of money. Eric Morris is comfortable, don't get me wrong. I haven't seen any numbers yet from Oklahoma State, but I wouldn't be surprised if he more than triples his annual salary. It might be 5X. I don't know, but you're going from Group of to Power 4. I don't know how much more money LSU is going to be able to pay Lane Kiffin, and if he's actually even going to notice it in his monthly check. do they get paid bi-weekly? Whatever the case is, right? Eric Morris is about to get life-changing money from Oklahoma State.
Without a doubt. And again, good for him. Happy of him. But he's got a lot of work to do at Oklahoma State.
Yep.
That team is just, they're bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not good. So he's got a lot of work to do to try to get that team back on its feet. But again, as Oklahoma State said, he's a builder, and that's what he does. That's what he did at North Texas, and they're hoping he can do the same thing at Oklahoma State.
And as a West Texas kid, and I know Stillwater's in the wrong state, but you think about Texas Tech and you think about Oklahoma State, and it's kind of one and the same. He fits there, and he'll be able to recruit well there. He'll be able to recruit Texas extremely well, and quite frankly, I'm going to guess there's a lot of kids on that North Texas team that are going to end up in Stillwater because that's the way it works.
Yep, I would not be surprised at that at all.
And if you're a UTSA fan, good, because see who North Texas goes and gets. But
what are you implying, Minix?
That I don't know that they'll be as competitive as they were this year.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, all right. thought you might have been talking about
No,
something else.
I don't think like Jeff Traylor leaves for that job.
Okay.
Although the Arkansas job, Eric was rumored to be involved in, and so was Jeff Traylor. So till some of these jobs get filled.
Yep, we got to wait and see. That is for sure. Coming up next, the semifinalists for the Hall of Fame, the NFL or the Pro Football Hall of Fame, were announced today, and some first ballot guys, I think, and some guys that are still waiting to get in that have been semifinalists before. We're talking about that. Don't forget, Danny Kannell is going to join us at the bottom of the hour, 4:35, to talk about all of this college football stuff. I'm sure he'll weigh in on Eric Morris and Lane Kiffin and Texas A&M, all of that stuff. So keep that in mind. 4:35, Danny Kannell joins us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me talk to you about Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family company, locally owned company. In fact, a company that's been in business here in San Antonio since 1983. That should tell you all you need to know about the quality and the reliability of Stevens Roofing. And now they've added solar to their repertoire. Yeah, that's right. If you've been thinking about solar panels for your house, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the name you want to remember. The number you need to remember is 210-785-0994. They'll come out, you get a plan together, what you want, how you want it, and all of that, and then they'll put it together, and they'll get you taken care of. If you need your roof checked out, Stevens Roofing and Solar can do that as well. Obviously, they can. In fact, if you want them to inspect your roof, call them. They'll send a crew out there. They'll inspect your roof, and they'll do it for free. And they'll let you know what they find. If there's any issues that they can see, they'll let you know about that. They may tell you everything is fine. They may tell you it might be time you're thinking about a new roof. Either way, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company you want to do business with. That phone number again is 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday afternoon at 3:30. It's the Cowboys' 59th straight Thanksgiving Day matchup as the boys welcome the Kansas City Chiefs to Jerry World. Pregame at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Does anyone feel like life is busier than ever, especially with the holidays? I'm a planner and try to think of it all, but what about the unexpected? Now, I've got that covered. My husband and I finally got life insurance with SelectQuote, and I couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. This holiday season, I feel a little lighter, knowing my family is protected and ready for whatever the new year throws our way.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-970-3311. That's 1-800-970-3311. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-970-3311. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a hump day, but kind of like a Friday. We've got plenty of football to discuss. In fact, we're going to prepare you for the whole weekend of football tomorrow.
Football? What about basketball? There's games all day long. We'll keep you up to date and ready to go. No, by the way, is your turkey defrosted? The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Now, see, there's some good music. Oh, Back in Black.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. Now, AC/DC's not coming.
No.
That I'm aware of. But there is a tribute band that's coming to town.
And they're called Back in Black.
Back in Black. They're going to be here January 3rd at the Aztec Theater. We just happen to have a pair of tickets to give away to that show, January 3rd at the Aztec Theater. Again, if you don't win the tickets today, you can certainly buy them at livenation.com. Caller number what, Minix? Take
12.
it easy on poor Pledge in there, huh?
12.
12?
12.
A dozen.
Yeah.
Caller number 12, 210-656-3776, 656 ESPN. Caller number 12, you get a pair of tickets to go see Back in Black January 3rd at the Aztec Theater. Good luck to you.
You know, February, you and I are in New Orleans on Radio Row, and we do an interview with one Darren Woodson. We do an interview with Darren Woodson thinking that this guy was going to get named the next day as a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And our interview was all about what it was going to be like and all that. And he was fantastic.
He was great.
Pro.
Yep.
He did not make it in. And then we find out later, he already knew he wasn't going to make it in because they did all the pre-production ahead of time. And he knew he wasn't a part of that. I give him a lot of credit because that guy could have won a Grammy. I mean, not just with us, but with everybody.
No doubt.
And everything that I said then still stands true. Woody should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Well, the semifinalists have been announced. There are 26. He is on the list yet again. He has made it to the semifinal stage. But then there's some first-year eligibility guys like a Drew Brees, like an Eli Manning, like a Jason Witten, Frank Gore. I'm a little worried about Darren Woods. He should be in.
I totally agree with that. But look, Breeze is getting in. I don't think there's any question. He's a first ballot guy. He goes in. It's going to be interesting to see a guy like Frank Gore, great running back. I don't know. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No. And you look at Eli Manning. He has 2 Super Bowls. He's a Manning. Phillip Rivers is a semifinalist. I don't know that Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
I'm not sure that he is either.
If Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, then so is Tony Romo, and so will be Dak Prescott. Incredible regular season numbers with no postseason success.
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame baby maker.
Oh, that he is.
That he is.
That he is. I mean,
Larry Fitzgerald, he's a first ballot guy. Has to be, doesn't he?
When you look at the wide receivers, and yes, but you also have Torrey Holt, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, and Reggie Wayne as semifinalists.
Larry Fitzgerald, look, all of those that you just mentioned, great, but Larry Fitzgerald was in another level.
Jason Witten.
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Now, there's no doubt, but if I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm actually rooting for Darren Woodson to get in over Jason Witten because I just worry with some of the older players, the longer it takes, the harder it gets. And he should have been in a long time ago. Adam Vinatieri,
sure.
Vinatieri was a finalist last year. Eli Manning was a finalist last year. Willie Robinson was a finalist last year. Luke Kuechly and Terrell Suggs and Darren Woodson, all finalists last year, didn't make it. So they're semifinalists again this year. I don't know if that gives them an edge going in to this year, but then you get your first-time guys like Breeze and Manning and Frank Gore and Fitzgerald and Witten. And you just wonder how that plays out when it's time to vote.
Always interesting to see and speculate on what that is going to be. Lots happening in college football, though. Obviously, Texas A&M coming up this weekend. Lane Kiffin, we have Eric Morris movement. No better guy to talk to than Danny Kannell. He joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700.
See a store associate for details.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold's.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Your fantasy roster is set, the smack talk is heating up, and this season ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sportsbook for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook, download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Texas Longhorns, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's going to be a great game. Can't wait for that Texas A&M game. Going to just be another good one in what is a beautiful football weekend over the Thanksgiving holiday. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
And so much to talk about in the world of college football. Let's talk about it with our good friend Danny Kannell joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line, courtesy of Bet Online. And Danny, before we talk about all the big games this week, the coaching movement starting today. North Texas loses Eric Morris to Oklahoma State. Now, we know Eric around here. I've known him for a long time. Started at Incarnate Word, and he's known for, identifying Cam Ward as a no-star recruit and everything that he has done since. But the idea that they could play for the conference championship game, possibly make the playoff, and because of timing, Eric has to make a decision. Do you take this job or not? Strike while the iron is hot. Apparently, Oklahoma State's going to let him stay at North Texas, and North Texas is going to let him stay to finish out the couple of weeks. But this is the craziest part of college athletics, isn't it?
Yes, it's the craziest and it's the worst part about it, right? And I think this is the best case scenario is if what you laid out right there is allowed to happen, that North Texas says, you know what, we appreciate everything you've built. This team this year feels special, Let's see if you guys can go win a championship. Let's see if you guys can get a playoff win. And I think for Oklahoma State, I think it's the right thing for them to say, hey, we want a coach who has the character that's going to want to stay and finish what he started, and we're willing to wait, maybe sacrifice some in the high school recruiting day and possibly in the transfer portal window. We're willing to go ahead and wait because we believe in you that much. We want to let you finish. So I think that's the best case. Now, I understand, and it seems like, how do you do this when you're divided time? Because I think it'll be awkward, because I do think Eric Morris probably will be trying to recruit some players to Oklahoma State, either both from his roster in North Texas, but also out there, across the country. So that's a dynamic that's just weird. I really do think the biggest problem, I know everyone has talked about this, but the biggest problem is that the college football calendar is just so broken. It's why we're in these messes. Like, why should any of these schools be allowed to talk to coaches, recruit them, hire them away? Why do we have ultimatums given by schools that you have to decide this weekend, like Ole Miss is doing with Lane Kiffin? Like, you should not be allowed to leave. You shouldn't be allowed to hire until after the whole season is done, which would be in January, like after January 21st. And then, oh, by the way, that's when we should go back to having our high school signing day, which was always in February. Then you could have a spring transfer portal, and it kind of all aligns, because right now it's just broken. It just doesn't make any sense. And these are all dysfunctional things that are happening.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Danny. And you mentioned Lane Kiffin, and I'm not sure Ole Miss or LSU, if that's where he decides to go, will do the same thing that North Texas and Oklahoma State are doing when it comes to that. But it is broken, and it makes me sad, I'll be honest with you. If Lane Kiffin decides to go to either Florida or LSU, that Ole Miss team is a good football team who has a chance to make some noise in the college football playoff. And I just find it sad that they're having to deal with this distraction.
I do too, and they better not get dinged for it. Like, the committee is allowed to take into injury and coaching considerations into their process of how they view certain teams. We saw my alma mater, Florida State, get really, screwed out of a playoff spot because their quarterback was hurt. And I've already heard some people alluding to the fact that, well, if Lane Kiffin's not there, that makes them a different team, and that would be a travesty. And the other thing, I do think that Lane Kiffin, as much as an offensive mind as he is perceived to be, and he is not the play caller. It is Charlie Weiss. And Pete Golding is a great defensive coordinator. I almost feel like if Lane does leave, then all of a sudden it gives that team an opportunity to come together with an us-against-the-world mentality and say, you know what? Screw him. He left us. We're going to do something despite of him. There's also their reality that they could all feel sorry for themselves. They could get docked a space or two. They might have to go on the road in the playoffs, and then it just totally tears them apart. I hope it's option A if that does indeed happen. But I think Lane actually might stay at Ole Miss. I think he doesn't know what he's going to do, and that is crazy. But it is a life-altering decision that he's trying to make in the midst of all this. I think there's a chance that he actually does not know what he's going to do.
It's crazy to think that actually might be true. But again, I look like for Eric Morris, I haven't seen the numbers from Oklahoma State, but that's life-changing money that he's getting, making the jump that he's about to get. Lane Kiffin's already had that contract. He got it with, I don't know, let's say USC, Tennessee, Ole Miss. I mean, but I don't know what Lane Kiffin's ultimate goals are. What is his dream job? Maybe it is LSU, and hard to fault a guy for taking and going after your dream job.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Ole Miss fans will be livid. How could you leave us? You built us up. I think he's built a great thing. So that's what I just think this is a different landscape of college football, where it used to be you had to go to the places that could spend more in recruiting, both legally and illegally, under the table, wherever you want to take that had the best stadiums, the best locker rooms, the most money, because that was a huge edge in recruiting and getting players. Now, that really has been just completely torn apart, because Ole Miss is one of the best teams in the country because their collective started spending early and got ahead of it, and they've been committed to building a roster that is as competitive as anybody in the SEC. So, like, there is a chance you go to LSU or go to Florida, and Ole Miss is still really good, and all of a sudden you don't have the significant talent edge that 10 years ago you would have said you have to go to LSU. You will be at a deficit at Ole Miss versus LSU in Florida. That is not the case now. So, like, that's the one thing I look at Lane. I'm like, you've built a winner that's really, really close to winning a national championship. Now you got to go to a place that feels a little bit broken. You have to rehaul their roster. You know, you've got infighting. If you don't win right away, the fans are going to be upset. You might find yourself in the hot seat. Like, it is just – that's why if it was me and all – because I do think the money's all pretty equal too, by the way. Like, I know that they'll have huge deals on the table, but I guarantee you Ole Miss has a huge deal waiting for Lane Kiffin. Sure, maybe it's $5 million less on the back end. It's probably around the same ballpark as far as annual salary. They might guarantee him an extra year, and the buyout's probably a little bit bigger. But we're talking massive dollars, $75, $80 million, $90 million. If it's all the same, like, do you really want to go try to start over and maybe find yourself on the outs with two fan bases? You know, Ole Miss, you left, and then if LSU or Florida, you don't win, they're not happy with you and they're feeling like they wasted money. I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating few days here when the college football season ends and what Lane Kiffin decides to do.
I hope he decides to stay. I'm pulling for
Me too.
that, Danny. I really am. All right, obviously, around these parts, we're very excited about a game that's happening in Austin on Friday. Texas A&M, big rivalry, obviously. It's going to be a big game. My question to you, though, if Texas upsets Texas A&M, is that enough to get them into the college football playoffs?
No, I think Texas's college football playoff hopes died in Athens. If they would have kept that game close and lost by, say, a field goal, I think they might have been able to overcome a loss to Florida, which is a bad loss. But I don't think you could have both, and then throw in the Ohio State loss, which wasn't a bad loss. But I think it's the way that they lost these two games. One, Florida is a team that's probably not going to make a bowl. And then Georgia, again, it just didn't look very competitive. Georgia pulled away late, and you lost by 25 points. I just think that – and that really the selection committee did kind of tell you that by how far they dropped. And now if there were a bunch of 9-3 teams stacked up, and you could look at their losses and be like, well, they only lost to Ohio State, and they only lost to Georgia, and the Florida was kind of an anomaly, and they still beat Oklahoma, then I think their resume might stack up nicely. The problem is there's going to be a bunch of 10-2 teams that I think are going to be in over them that they just can't hurdle because of the nature of their two losses.
Danny Kannell joining us here on The Blitz. You watch him on CBS talking college football, hear him on Sirius XM, courtesy of Bet Online. And you also look at this game, and I find it fascinating because, Danny, a couple of times that you've been on, we've a lot of Arch Manning and Heisman talk, including preseason favorite. He played his way out of the conversation. Is he playing his way back in? And a lot of people around here, and I'm sure you've seen him as well, tweeting stat comparisons between Marcel Reed, who seems to have a invite locked in to go to New York,
yep,
and Arch Manning, who probably doesn't, or should he? When you look at their stats, they're pretty damn similar.
They are, and unfortunately, wins are a stat too. Like, with the Heisman, it always bothers me because I don't think it's really the most outstanding player in college football. It typically works out to the quarterback of the team that's contending for a national championship. And like we were just talking about, if Texas doesn't make the playoff, which I don't think they will, and you have Marcel Reed potentially playing for an SEC title, or even if he doesn't, even if he loses to Texas, he's not going to win the Heisman. So I don't but if he does beat Texas, that'll improve his chances even more dramatically because he will be that undefeated SEC team. So my ticket on Arch is for next season. It's always been that way, and on Texas, by the way. Coming into the season, I did not like their chances to win the SEC. I did not like their chances to make the playoff, but I think they have laid a great foundation. They've been through some adversity. They've had all the questions going around Sark, and Arch has been criticized. And guess what he's done? He's responded. He didn't crater. I think there were a lot of people that thought he would crater. There was that conversation that was starting to crop up right before the Florida game. Remember that? Was like, oh, what are they going to do? And then he beats Oklahoma. And he kind of, all of a sudden, that really propelled him. And he's been playing great, where I think Texas is going to probably be my favorite next year to win the national championship, and Arch Manning will be my favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. I've always felt like that was the year that things would come together, and boy, it sure looks like that.
It does look like that, and you've seen Arch Manning grow, I think, as the year has gone
Yeah.
on, and you know that as well as anybody, Danny. When you're watching him play quarterback, Texas has got to improve that team, though. But I think if there's a team that can, I think their wide receivers have let them down. That offensive line has been spotty at best. Sark's got some work to do, I think, to improve that team till the point where you can look at them and say, "All right, this is it."
Yeah, and I guarantee you they will. I think they realize they do have a special talent at quarterback. But again, that was one of the reasons that I didn't love them this year was you had a whole new offensive line. You were losing Matthew Golden. Trust me, the offensive line will be addressed and the wide receivers will be addressed through the transfer portal and through recruiting. And Texas has the resources to go fix those problems. So I fully expect them to do that. And you got some young cornerstone pieces on a defense, which has been probably more of a pleasant surprise. So I think that Texas will address those concerns in the offseason. But I really have been impressed with Arch and happy that he's been able to endure, because you knew the expectations were off the charts. It was just unrealistic. And then it was, how does he deal with the criticism when everybody turns on him? And he's handled them great. And I think, even if he doesn't win this game, which they're an underdog, Texas A&M's a really good team. If he loses this game, he's going to get more heat. He's going to get more criticism. But I feel better about him because he's already been through some of these losses and bounced back in a big way.
Danny Kannell joining us here on the Blitz. Now, A&M is favored in Austin. And it's funny because I've actually talked to two Aggie fans who've had opportunity to go to the game, and they refuse to go to that stadium and spend a nickel in there on anything. They'd rather stay home or go somewhere. They just won't go into that stadium. It's a rivalry game, and it's kind of like Michigan-Ohio State. Ohio State can win a national championship, but they can't beat Michigan. What do you think's going to happen Friday night up at DKR?
Ooh, I think it's going to be a fun game. I really do. I think it'll probably be higher scoring. I think both of these teams will be able to put up some points, and I think it'll probably come down to the quarterback who makes the least amount of mistakes. So I do have to lean with Marcel Reed. Now both these teams, especially a quarterback, have kind of mimicked each other because they've both been hot and cold. Marcel Reed had maybe the worst 30 minutes of football I've seen against South Carolina, and then he had maybe the best 30 minutes we've seen this season when he led them roaring from behind. Arch Manning, when he played against Kentucky, he was getting outplayed by Cutter Boley. I'm like, who the heck is this? Like, this guy. And then all of a sudden he bounces back, and he's played pretty good since then. He had great games versus Vanderbilt. Like, he's come back Mississippi State. He leads them on a huge comeback on the road. Like, I thought that was a pivotal moment for him. But they've both just kind of been wild cards. So I think they're going to be wild cards again. I think you'll see great throws. I think you'll maybe see some boneheaded mistakes. But I do think you'll see some points on the board. So I think the over is probably my favorite play of the game. And I'll probably lean with Texas because it's at home. But I think it will be sort of a field goal type game at the end that comes down to the wire. And the reason I go with Texas, I do think there's a mental edge. And I know they hate each other. I know they want to win it. And I know there's got to be a subconscious there for Texas A&M that says, well, if we lose, we're still going to the playoffs, right? Like, it's not the end of the world. And for Texas, if they lose, they're very clearly out of the playoff race, even if they think they're in now. But like, then it really like just sets the offseason. Like, you don't want to finish 8-4. So I think it does. Like, I think deep down inside, Texas needs it and wants it more. It's at home. So I give the slight edge to Texas, but I think the over is my favorite in the game.
All right, Danny. Jason brought it up. Michigan, Ohio State. Is this the year that the Buckeyes finally get over on Michigan?
I think so, but I think so. I actually like Michigan in the points, especially if it's a double-digit point spread. The total's only 44. It's going to be a lower scoring game. Michigan has no problem just running it 40 times to keep it out of the hands of Ohio State's defense. And Ohio State's defense has been awesome, but they have gotten pushed around the last 4 meetings against Michigan, including last year when Michigan was awful. So, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate are both banged up. Neither one of them played last week. Now, they're supposed to be fresh, but Julian saying his first time in this rivalry game on the road, it'll be a hostile environment. I think Michigan has no problem turning this into an ugly slugfest. I think it'll be a lower scoring game that does, I would say Ohio State probably does get it done and wins by a touchdown. But I wouldn't put much money on it just because they have that mental hurdle to get past with the Michigan Wolverines. My goodness, it is crazy.
All right, Danny Kannell, there's always upsets on a rivalry week. What's the one that you think, man, I would put money on this upset happening?
Probably the Egg Bowl, which is Mississippi versus Mississippi State. As bad, Mississippi State has not been a very good football team, right? They have not been very good. Has anybody noticed that they're under a touchdown underdog? It is in Starkville. It is Ole Miss with all these questions circling. Now, I would take this off the table if somehow the news broke that Lane Kiffin was staying. I don't expect that to happen. Then I think Ole Miss would be enthusiastic, and all of a sudden you get that bump. But I think Mississippi State is a very live underdog here in this game because I do wonder what impact it's had in the locker room. I wonder what the players are thinking. I just think that's one game, one of those rivalry games I look at and say that one's just a suspicious line. That Mississippi State team is probably better than their record. They've been a tough out for a lot of teams. I mean, we were just talking about Texas. They had Texas beaten, and they kind of choked that one away. So I'll say Mississippi State is the one that I would circle and say, watch out for that one.
Boy, that would make that story just a very unhappy ending. And then it's been to watch Lane Kiffin ride off into LSU or Florida after that would just be devastating for that program.
Absolutely.
My goodness.
Danny, I got to ask you a national perspective type of question. I mean, you're doing the national radio show on Sirius XM, CBS every week, and quick backstory. Was on a hunting trip over the weekend. People from all over the country on this hunting trip, and our morning host, Rob Thompson, he's a big Aggie. And, when everybody's talking college football, everybody on this trip has different teams. And they all kind of said, A&M, it's cute what they're doing. And Rob was like, that's kind of how I look at Indiana. Is that how the rest of the country looks at Texas A&M? Because they're not normally in this conversation, and that was the term used, what they're doing is cute. Is that the national perspective of Texas A&M?
Oh, my goodness. That is such a backhanded slap in the face to say what they're doing is cute. No, I think there's a big difference. There's a massive difference. And when people – because I think last year people thought what Indiana doing was cute. It's a cute story, but it's going to go away. And clearly Indiana backed that up this season. The reason I don't think it's cute is because I think it's a cool story because Texas A&M has such a great culture. Now, you can argue about do they go a little bit too far over the top, it's a little weird, all that stuff, but they have a great culture. They have such a strong desire to be good at football. They're in the SEC. They've run the table to this point. Mike Elko is a great coach. They've got a legitimate Heisman Trophy contender. I don't know if he wins it, but Marcel Reed is there. I think it's a great story. I don't think it's cute. I think everybody's been put on notice, Texas included, that A&M is not going anywhere. This is not their Jimbo Fisher or Kevin Sumlin 8-win, 9-win season. They've already surpassed that. So I think this is a team that could do some real damage in the college football playoff.
It's going to be interesting to see, no question about it. Can Indiana win the Big Ten? Are they good enough to beat Ohio State?
Oh, yeah. They are. I mean, what they did to Oregon was probably the most impressive win of anybody this season. They went into Eugene and beat them by 10, and it really felt like it could have been more points than that. They spent a lot of money on this roster. They've got a defense that's legit. They have a quarterback that's probably going to be the top quarterback taken in the draft. They got several wide receivers. They're a really, really good football team. Now, I would probably say if you put Ohio State will be favored probably by 4.5 in the Big Ten championship game. But I would not bet against Kirk Cignetti. He kind of thrives in that underdog role. And their team is better than I think people still think, kind of like you were saying, it's a cute story. That national narrative I do think still exists with Indiana. Oh, this is great, but they're not Ohio State. They already beat Oregon. I think they could beat Ohio State too.
Check out betonline.ag for updated college football playoff, Heisman, and college football Week 14 lines. Danny Kannell, will we see you in a couple weeks at Army-Navy up in Baltimore?
Unfortunately, I cannot make it this year. I wish I could because I love seeing you guys, but hopefully you guys will have me back on for a little playoff preview.
That Absolutely. We will definitely do because I was going to say beers were going to be on Ryan Eagle. Danny, enjoy the football weekend. Happy Thanksgiving.
Awesome. You guys have a great Thanksgiving, too. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Danny Kannell on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
I always like talking to Danny Kannell.
He's great. I would imagine Rob will feel better about Danny's answer.
Well, maybe. It's still cute. It's a cute story.
Yeah, wait, that's how I look at it. That's how they look at us.
You know, you play who's in front of you. I get that. But Texas had the same type schedule last year that A&M has this year.
Yep.
Where it fell to the point where it just wasn't the top teams that they were playing. So it's going to be interesting to see how Texas A&M, number one, this weekend in Austin, and then once the playoffs begin, or the SEC championship game, which they'll have to face off against a Georgia squad, how good this team really is. And I mean no disrespect to all of you Aggie fans, but this is cute. We'll see if it gets beautiful in the couple of weeks to come.
Cute. That's funny.
Oh, my goodness. The Dallas Cowboys, are they cute? They got a cute story going on. They got Patrick Mahomes coming up this Thursday. Let's talk about it. We will when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it's such a great week with all the college football, the pro football over the next several days. Make sure you download the Underdog app, the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money here in the great state of Texas. And it's that time of year again on Underdog. Feast Week is back on Underdog. From November 26th, that's tomorrow, through November 30th, make sure you're checking the app daily for all kinds of specials and promos, because that just means you have the chance to win more money by picking your favorite players and choosing higher or lower on various stats. Get all your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app. Today, use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio's leader in personal injury law, and we have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us to share more.
Number one priority is to let the people know that we are a law firm that's been part of this community for 50 years. Mr. Gomez, he's been a practicing attorney here since 1973. He's born and raised here in San Antonio, done nothing but help out personal injury victims. It's very important that we get that out to the San Antonio community, because a lot of these attorneys like to come in here and act like they're from here, but they're all out-of-towners. They don't know what goes on here. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years. And we're not going anywhere.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Oklahoma State has confirmed that former UIW head coach Eric Morris is set to become the head coach at Oklahoma State. Of course, Morris led North Texas to a 10-1 record this season, a school best. Buffalo Bills bolstered their wide receiver depth today. They announced the signing of Brandon Cooks. The former Cowboy was available because the New Orleans Saints agreed to release him on Saturday.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday out there. I know you are if you're getting off work about now. Your Tuesday's over. We're headed into hump day and then a long weekend.
Absolutely. And for a lot of people, we're doing anything tomorrow anyway.
Well, that's true.
Or maybe you just got a half day, so hell, you might already be at the weekend.
Well, that could very well be, and I think a lot of folks around here have a half day, don't they?
Yeah. And not us.
Not us.
Not us, man.
We enjoy
Absolutely.
it. We tried to come in on Thanksgiving Day. The boss said, no, you guys need a day off.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Although
it would have worked, Minix. It would have worked.
Can we make fun of our boss? Hell, he won't remember this by the time he sees us again on Monday. They had 2 things with our boss today. He sends us a text today.
Yes, he did.
To remind or to let us know that we're off Friday.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad he let us know because I won't be in town. We all have plans. We all already knew we were off, but I'm glad he told us.
Well, it's an official company holiday.
Yeah.
Both days, Thursday and Friday. So
and if
we all kind of knew that.
Apparently he didn't. Or he wanted to make sure we knew.
Just want a reminder that
I'm glad he wasn't expecting us here because I'd have had to change a flight.
Well, that's true. And look, Thursday we'd be competing with
the Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Now, granted, if we would have planned this out a long time ago, and they were like, oh, Friday, Texas A&M's playing. If you guys want to do it, I would have been okay working if it was planned appropriately. But to get a text today to remind us or to let us know that we're off, I thought was pretty comical. Well, I think we all knew that.
Yeah, we did, but, it's official when the boss sends the email.
I don't know. I thought it was official when I got the list of these are the official company holidays,
That's
right?
true.
I don't know. And then I'm talking to him today, and he's all worried, about his Thanksgiving dinner. He's got some friends coming over, and he's doing a turkey. And he's like, normally I get like a 10 to 12-pound turkey, but this one, it's 23 pounds.
Dude, that is a huge bird.
What the? And all right, have fun. But now he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because normally, you can put other stuff in the oven, but this thing's going to take up all the room. I'm paranoid, and I was going to ask him, but I didn't really care or want to know about his green bean casserole, if he's doing that or what else he needs in the oven. But he's got a problem.
You doing a green bean casserole?
Hell
Minix?
no.
You're having a chili dog for Thanksgiving.
I will be at the at Jerry World, and they do have an incredible Frito pie dog, and that very well may be the Thanksgiving dinner.
It might be. It might be.
And Friday night, I think I'm going to end up doing a beer can chicken, because the wife bought a chicken and said she wanted a beer can chicken.
Nothing says Thanksgiving like a beer can chicken.
Or a brisket. I mean, you didn't see the pilgrim saying, how am I going to smoke my brisket, and do I use beef tallow to inject it?
Well, and that's
you're
true.
You're going to give me crap about Thanksgiving.
I went and got my brisket today at Tri-County Meat Market, and I was informed there that it's a good, if you just heat up a little beef tallow, inject that into your brisket, it's good.
Uh-huh.
So I've never done that before, and granted, I got about 20-some-odd people coming to the house.
I would not change your routine.
To my brother's house on Thursday. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with what I know.
Yep.
And then I'll experiment later.
Yeah, exactly. Are you going to make your green bean casserole?
Yes, I am. Of course. You kidding? If I showed up with that green bean casserole,
you show up with a brisket, nobody cares. Now, from what I'm told, green bean casserole gets assigned to the worst cook in the family, because it's apparently the easiest thing to make, or the less likely to screw it up, or nobody cares anyway, and they just move it around on the plate, so it doesn't matter.
That's not the case, though, because I think you told me this last year or a couple years ago, same thing that people – and I watched. I watched, Minix.
You watched to make sure people were –
Make sure that people were eating –
okay.
The green bean casserole, and it's a hit, buddy.
It's a hit.
See, I don't just throw it out there and throw a couple of cans of beans and some of those onion things and soup.
Uh-huh.
I take love with this, Sam. It's love, and I got a recipe, and it's fantastic. My green bean casserole is pretty damn good.
Is it?
Yes.
Do you actually eat it?
Yes.
Do you eat it any other time of year besides Thanksgiving?
I don't.
The answer is no, because it sucks.
Which is kind of it's a Thanksgiving tradition.
Uh-huh.
I haven't made a brisket since last Thanksgiving. Doesn't mean I don't like brisket.
Well, there's a difference between making a brisket and eating brisket, because I know you've had brisket at other places, but it's you and your wife. Unless you're having a big event.
That's what I'm saying. So it's hard to make a brisket, but it's also hard to make green bean casserole.
It's not hard to make
for the two of us, because you're making a big pot of that stuff.
I mean, but again, it's cheap. You could make a smaller pot. You could adjust the recipe, or you could throw some of it away if you loved it that much. You have some leftovers, or just enjoy it and toss the rest.
Dude, I tell you, I would eat that for sure. I used to, in fact. Before I had any money, that green bean casserole was a staple.
Ugh, that's awful. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Jordan, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Awesome show, as always. I just heard chili dogs, and that's what we're doing for dinner tonight.
Nice.
Before Thanksgiving, a quick little cheat for Thanksgiving for a small party. It's just me and my wife. I get deli turkey and deli ham. We roll some stuffing up in the turkey, some mashed potatoes up in the ham, throw it in the oven with some gravy on it, let it bake, and then all the fixings and all the sides.
That sounds great.
That does.
It really does.
That does.
Wow.
I mean, that actually sounds pretty good, Jordan. I would make a joke about bagel bites or something, but actually that sounds pretty good.
That sounds fantastic. Little dressing.
Well, she does. Yeah. She's doing homemade macaroni and cheese tonight with the chili dogs, and we throw the rest in the oven and warm it back up tomorrow.
Man, that's going to be awesome. Now, you're doing this tomorrow, or you're thinking Thursday? Because today is still Tuesday.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
but
chili dogs tonight.
Yeah.
Well, chili dogs tonight, and Thursday, actually, this year is our second anniversary.
Well, congratulations.
You found a woman that will eat chili dogs with you, man. That's a mate for life.
Absolutely.
Hey, is it Troy or Trey? Trey, you're on the Blitz.
Hey, fellas, I have to tell y'all, first of all, thank y'all for everything that y'all do. I don't know what I would do without listening to y'all, even though Joe's incorrect half the time.
He's more than half, man. More than half. You're being too generous in this Thanksgiving spirit.
Yes. But I have to ask y'all, we have given Jerry Jones so much flack over the years. I say we because y'all have been culprits of this as well. But you guys think it's too early to tell if he's got it right and if he deserves some flowers and not because he's dead, right? Like Jerry Jones has gotten this thing right so far. They held Ashton Genty to 7 yards on 6 rushes, and they held Saquon Barkley to 22 yards rushing? Like, did he really get this right this time? And Cowboy fans just aren't ready to give him his credit yet?
Here's the thing.
Of course he got it right.
Well, now wait a minute. Now, Trey, I mean, there's good and there's bad. You talk about a man getting his flowers. He is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's got a gold jacket. It's not going to be after he's dead. Has he made some great moves this year? That Pickens trade might get him GM of the year. But he also, in the same offseason, traded for Keir Elam, who got cut last week because he sucked. They also traded for Jonathan Mingo, and he's on a milk carton. Milk Carton Mingo is his nickname in the locker room, I guess. I don't know. Might as well be. The Micah trade's going to be great. I do think that. But the timing of it was piss poor. They could have got a lot more for him if they would have traded Micah in March.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean,
are you kidding me? They've got run stoppers now. Micah doesn't know what run means.
And that's fine, but it's too little too late. If they would have done all this work in the offseason in March, then they wouldn't be sitting here with a 500 record.
Oh, my God.
But apparently they wanted Quentin Williams to begin with, and the Jets said no, right? So maybe they weren't going to be able to get them. But, I mean, right now, I don't know why everybody's thinking the Cowboys don't have a shot to do it. I mean, I think that it's a long shot, but I don't think it's as long a shot as people think. But I just want Cowboy fans to either be with us or not. Though it's too late to be jumping on the bandwagon and hopping off and all that kind of good stuff.
Trey, are you new here? You know how Cowboy fans are.
No, I'm not new.
Shots you have had already. It's Tuesday.
I need some because I'm a little nervous about Thursday, but we're going to beat the Chiefs by 6 points.
By six?
By 6. So we'll beat them by 6. And I just want Cowboy fans, they're going to come out of the woodworks. They're going to come out of the woodworks. They're going to love Dak all of a sudden. But I've been keeping notes as I've been listening to people that have been dogging him. So don't call back to this show next week talking about how great Dak is, Joe Ryan Eagle.
Hey, Joe, you can't call into your own show.
Well, yeah. Trey, thanks, buddy. Let's if and when the Cowboys make the playoffs, then we'll give Dak his flowers. In the meantime, Jerry Jones deserves all the credit in the world. He has done a fantastic job and worked this out perfectly.
Well, wait a minute. Again, both can be right. You can get all the credit in the world for the Micah trade and what you've turned it into. Too little, too late. What George Pickens is. But if you don't sign George Pickens, it's a great year. Probably not a playoff year. If he doesn't stick around, let's celebrate the compensatory pick that they would get. Elam sucks. He's not even on the team, and Mingo might as well not be on the team.
Well, dude, how many other teams miss on Trey? It's not 100%. And you can't go 100%. And you can look at any team that makes trades. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Sure, but Jerry gets a lot of criticism, especially from guys like you. Do we need to go back to Trey Lance? Hello?
Oh, that was the worst trade in the history of trades.
There you go.
Yes, it was.
There you go.
You can't win them all, Minix. They can't all be winners.
True.
They can't. But
true.
Jerry has turned Cowboy fan because even like guys like Trey, Cowboy fans have got to give this man credit. He has, whatever you think in the timing of the Micah Parsons, what he has done to get Quentin Williams and George Pickens, this team is fantastic, and they do still have an opportunity, albeit a long shot opportunity.
I don't want to be mad at Jerry, and I'm a Cowboy fan, and you are not, but I got to call it how I see it. And you want to celebrate Jerry, and I'm all for, but I can't look at just half of the resume and just look at the wins. I look at their record right now. They're 5-5-1. So, yeah, let's celebrate Quentin Williams. That came late. Yes, he wanted him initially. Jets said no. Jerry didn't raise the price. Jerry could have got that if he would have raised or lessened whatever, right? I mean, he could have got that done.
Him.
Huh?
You would have hammered him if it had done that.
Again, in August, that's not when you're trading Micah Parsons and getting the most for him. And then, they did admit a wrong in Mozzie Smith by letting him go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, your guy Schoonmaker is still around.
Well, I don't know why. I'm not sure.
He picks up the right sandwiches for the tight end room, I guess.
Well, I suppose so.
Know.
We're probably going to see another number 1 pick be gone before long, and that's Tyler Guyton. Yeah. I'm not sure. Now, I'm not sure why Jerry picked that guy.
Well,
he didn't have a great reputation coming out of college.
I mean.
So there's a lot of mistakes, Minix. I'm just telling you about the
Well, we just want to talk about the wins, huh?
Well, I think we should. At this point in time, Cowboys are rolling. They're playing well. They just beat the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great.
They got
a great win.
Little Patrick Mahomes and the
little Patrick Mahomes
and the Chiefs coming in for Thanksgiving. Then you got to go on the road and face the big bad Detroit Lions.
How big and bad are they?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Damn good question, right? Look, if the Cowboys conceivably can get through these next 2 games with wins, the schedule lightens up considerably.
It does.
It does.
And again, they probably could. They can't have more than 2 losses to have a chance. Maybe, likely 1.
Maybe.
But their schedule, which at one point looked like, oh my goodness, all of a sudden doesn't look so tough. The problem is I don't know what Cowboy team is going to show up. If it's the Cowboy team that played the Eagles in the second half, great. If it's the first half Cowboys from that same game, they've got no chance. The team that showed up against Arizona has no chance, and that's where you go back and you look at those damn losses that they have no business losing. And every year the Cowboys have games like that. A win like against the Eagles, they shouldn't have gotten. They always get a win like that, and they got losses that they shouldn't. And Carolina and Arizona are going to haunt them, and not closing the deal against Green Bay.
And let's say it as we're going to tell it like it is. That was not the defense's fault completely. Those 2 losses you're talking about, Carolina and Arizona.
The Rico Dowdle ran for 3,000 yards in that game.
But where was the offense? They didn't score any points. They didn't score any against Arizona either.
No, they didn't score against Arizona.
So there you go.
Carolina, they scored a lot of points.
They did?
Do you
I don't remember what the final was.
Do you not remember? It was Carolina. Pledge, double-check this real quick. Didn't Carolina take over the ball in a tie game with 7-some-odd minutes to play in the game, and they kept the ball because the defense couldn't get a stop over half a freaking quarter, and they were able to kick a field goal as time expired to win 30-27?
Yeah.
But this offense has to score more than 30 to have a chance.
Well, absolutely. Not anymore, they don't. 24 gets it done these days.
Well, it did against the Eagles.
We'll see what happens against little Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's hear from Jerry. As long as we're celebrating Jerry Jones, let's hear from the man
himself. Oh, you got to give him that hot
when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you are having issues at your house with your plumbing, your heating, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Cordamoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. At Cordamoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job, especially weeks like this. You got a lot of family coming into town. You don't want your AC to go out. Is it going to get cold? Or your heater? And you know your plumbing's going to work overtime. With all the extra cooking and all the extra flushing, if you have an issue, call Cordamoon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at cordamoonplumbing.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Find great savings at our Red Tag sales event at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Get $15,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado 1500s. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Buy a new 2026 Equinox for the low price of $24,999. Or get a 2026 Traverse for $36,999. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet by Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or kohls.com for details.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I'm a good for a Vegas guy for about a 48-hour Vegas guy, and then I got to.
That's the right amount of time.
Yeah, he's aged appropriately.
That's the right amount of time. I'll tell you what, there's a show sounded awesome. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Thunder from Down Under.
Yeah,
I
you
went
might
in there.
enjoy that.
It sounded awesome at first, and then it was not what I thought it was going to be.
I mean, I might go there to scout. You know,
Yeah, you
might
might find
a tight end.
I'll say this: there's a run stopper there. I saw a guy in a three-point stance with both his hands on his hips. I don't know how this happened, but I saw that. Coach.
Oh man,
why were you in there?
I told you I wasn't in the wrong place.
I needed the laughter. Hey, I needed the laughter today, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Seriously.
Coach.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, man, we're having some fun on a Thanksgiving week. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and hope everybody's got their shopping done, their everything that they need, family and friends coming into town, all the stuff that you got to do for all of that. I don't have to worry about that because I'm just going to go and trash my brother's house.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so
smoke a brisket and head over there.
That's it.
Going to meet an old Navy buddy of mine, Carlos, who lives in Kansas City. He and his son we're gonna meet up in Arlington for the game. So concession stand will be my Thanksgiving.
Are they
dinner.
going to wear Chiefs gear?
Of course they will.
Oh my goodness!
I look, and some of the videos of the fights that I saw. I'll be the one with my camera. I'm not. I don't understand the number of fights that happen at any sporting event. I just don't. But then there are some things that you wonder, is this real or is this timed? If you haven't heard, Eric Morris is officially leaving North Texas to become the next head coach at Oklahoma State. The Oklahoma State has announced it. North Texas has acknowledged that Eric has made that decision, and it looks like Eric will coach the rest of this historic season for North Texas, no matter where it ends. So he'll split duties, similar to when G.J. Kinney was leaving Incarnate Word to go to Texas State. I guess they'll do something along those lines. The University of North Texas at UNT Social tweeted out, pause, breathe. If you're feeling overwhelmed, at #UNT has free mental health support through UNT_DSA counseling, care team help, and learn more here, right? The comments on this tweet are exactly what you think. Is this about a football coach?
Well, I
the
hope
timing
not.
of it is just weird.
It is weird.
All right, now, again, holiday week, close to finals week. Was that just a scheduled tweet? But did somebody not think? It just seems odd. Like, you might want to take that down.
Well, I kind of have to believe that can't be because of Eric Morris. And I know he's done, it's a historic season and all, but
what do you mean?
But it can't be about Eric Morris, right?
What do you mean? The North Texas community is devastated that they've got to go find another head coach when they thought they had found one. When earlier today and yesterday, there were reports that they were doing everything they could to keep Eric Morris, including increasing the NIL fund and all the donations and all the stuff that we hear from every head coach at every level, but especially at this level of coaches like Jeff Traylor, all the help that they're going to need, although you hear similar stuff from another Big 12 coach like Dillingham up there at Arizona State.
Well, I mean, obviously Oklahoma State said, hold my beer.
Yeah.
He's in North Texas. You can't compete with us money-wise.
Well,
that oil money's real in Oklahoma.
Although it is true when you think about how long ago Mike Gundy was fired. And
yeah, that was at the beginning of the season,
they're
right?
just now hiring. Were they that thorough? Did that many people tell them no? Did they know they just had to wait till the end of the season because who's going to take their job in September, October? And just wait now. And now if you're North Texas, you're on the hunt again. And, I look at a guy like Mac Leftwich, who was here at Incarnate Word with Eric Morris. He's now the offensive coordinator at Texas Tech. Could he make that OC jump to his first head coaching job? Clint Killo's name has already been mentioned a couple of times at different places. Could he make the jump from Incarnate Word to North Texas? Because they're part of that Eric Morris coaching tree that kind of gets to the branch of one Mike Leach.
Well, hey, who knows? They'll find somebody. That school's on the move, and if they truly are going to make that commitment to NIL dollars and salaries for the coach, then they'll find somebody, and they'll have somebody good. So I wish Eric Morris the best at Oklahoma State. He's got a lot of work to do, though. I mean, he really does, and I know he's going to get a lot of support. He'll get a lot of dollars, but he's got a lot of holes to fill this offseason. So it's going to be interesting to see, but it will be fun to watch Oklahoma State next season just to see what he does. Not saying he's going to change this thing overnight. Maybe he will, but it's going to be interesting to see how he builds that team. He's good at doing that.
I mean, how quickly he was able to get North Texas to where they are, and this is year 3 for him.
3 years, yeah, right.
And with the money that will be available to him at Oklahoma State, because, again, he was, said to be in line for the Arkansas job. There were a couple of those other jobs that his name was rumored for. If Baylor would have fired their coach, and I can't believe they didn't, his name, I mean, basically every job that was open, Eric was tied to it just because of his ability to find a quarterback and build an offense.
No doubt about it. It's going to be interesting. How many players is he going to poach from North Texas and take with him?
Every one that he wants.
I'm sure that's the case, right? So
including the quarterback.
Yep. So that will help him right away get some things done. But it's congratulations to him. That's for sure. The other bit of news, real quick: Brandon Cooks, former Cowboy wide receiver, now a Buffalo Bill. They signed him today, and they certainly need the help. Buffalo, my goodness, they need the help. I cannot wait for this weekend, dude. I'm telling you. Thursday's going to be outstanding. Friday's going to be outstanding. You got Saturday's going to be outstanding. And then you got an NFL Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it is going to be fantastic.
All every day. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
This might be the best 4-day stretch of the season.
Yeah, but because you get games on Thursday that matter, Friday that matter.
Yep.
Saturday, rivalry week, and all the end of the regular season games, and then, of course, the NFL Sunday. And as great as the games are on Thursday, there are still some really good matchups. I mean, it's another Sunday without the Cowboys, but there are some really good games, including Texans and Colts.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one to watch, and it will probably take center stage, won't it? And I'm sure that there'll be a lot of stuff that you can do on, I don't know, Underdog?
On Underdog, you certainly can, and you definitely want to go download the Underdog app if you haven't done so, because Feast Week is back. Starting tomorrow, November 26th through November 30th, it's Feast Week, so check the app daily for special promos. And again, we're talking about all the football, and best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money in Texas is on Underdog, and it's easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats, whether it's rushing yards, touchdowns, receiving yards, passing yards. Look at some of those defensive players, especially on that Houston team when you're looking at sacks. You could win some money there. Get all your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications, we do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Don't miss Target's swag bag giveaway. Be one of the first 100 shoppers in line at any Target store on Black Friday and snag a free shimmer tote bag with holiday goodies inside. Plus, 10 lucky shoppers who snag a bag will score a free bonus gift, like a Ninja Slushie, Beats Solo 4 headphones, a Life and Hair Dryer, or a $100 Target gift card. Don't miss Target's Black Friday swag bag giveaway. Only on Black Friday. Only at Target. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Must be 13 or older. For full details, including odds, see official rules at target.com/events.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Texas Longhorns, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, don't forget, we got 3 NFL games on Thursday, including the Cowboys and the Chiefs. So you need to get over to sasportsstar.com. Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. I'm still one away from the top.
You're on the leaderboard. You're no longer in first place, but doing a hell of a lot better than I am, except for you, other than bragging rights. That's all it is for you. You can't win that weekly gift card from Mellow Mushroom. You can't be the local grand prize winner at the end of the year to get that $1,000 worth of tickets from Awesome Tickets. Ryan Eagle can't. You can. So make sure you get your picks in this week, sasportsstar.com. And it's one of those, do it now, because with everything happening over the weekend, if you forget, I think by now you get your habit. Thursday is Thursday, but your Thursday routine's going to be out of whack. So get over to sasportsstar.com, get your picks in. Again, weekly winners get the gift card to Mellow Mushroom. The end of the year, local grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets to Awesome Tickets.
Have you made your picks yet?
I just did.
You did?
That's why I was like, hey, we
Cowboys, Chiefs?
Cowboys.
Cowboys, huh?
Cowboys.
Wow.
Cowboys. Dude, I'm so far back, it doesn't matter.
Just saying. I can't give away who I took. I mean, come on.
You can.
I can't.
You can.
Because I'm trying to actually win something here.
You win nothing.
Well, I win bragging rights.
I mean,
that's
look,
all that matters.
You are dropping way behind in the one that does matter, and
Man,
that's
no
our
kidding.
prime picks that we do after I had a 9-1 week last week, and you went 5-5.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to be way behind in that one.
Yeah.
It's early.
It's early.
It's early.
It's early.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I got plenty of time to come back.
You sure you do.
I picked the Chiefs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, look, smart bet.
Maybe.
Cowboys at home, all the difference in the world. And we've all seen the Chiefs offense struggle, which makes me wonder, what is Brian Schottenheimer looking at? Because he said today, although it's coach speak, that Chiefs offense isn't struggling.
Yeah, I don't turn on their film and be like, man, they're really having a bad year of it. I don't think that at all. I'm like, man, he's really fast, and he's super fast, and that guy's fast, and that guy's a good runner. I mean, you look at, sounds like they'll, potentially get Pacheco back, and he's a great player, and Hunt's playing great. We all know what Travis Kelce can do. I think he still leads them in receptions, but the speed of, Hollywood Brown and Worthy and, Rice, I mean, those guys, he's just got weapons, and it's going to be a fun battle because you got two very talented and experienced quarterbacks going at it, and it should be a fun game.
I think it's going to be a blast. There could be a lot of points on the board. We'll see. By the way, Pacheco, Andy Reid announced today he will play for the Chiefs. So that little update from that soundbite. But I'm not sure that scares anybody.
I mean, look, they held Saquon in check. They held Ashton Genty in check. I mean, that Cowboys defense is fixed. But the offense, second half Cowboys offense was great. Can they do that again against that Spags defense, which we know can be a challenge?
Multiple, just how multiple they are. Todd, Steve's done a great job. I've competed against them a number of times. It's always the same. Short week doesn't make it any easier because they are so multiple in their personnel packages, and they've been there a long time. This defense has been playing together for a long time. They've got some great pieces, and it certainly starts in the middle. With Chris Jones, and the way he plays is incredible, and Bolton and Tranquil, I think, are two of the better linebackers in the league. They're aggressive. They're both good in the run and the pass. And then McDuffie's a great player. I mean, these guys are just they're very talented, but it's the multiplicity. It's the different fronts, the different coverages, the different pressures, the things that they're going to do. The disguise is really, really good. And so, you look at them statistically, I think they're top 10 in almost every category, and they're not letting people in the end zone a lot. And that certainly plays into their good fortune because they're talented on offense.
What I love about this game, Jason, is that both teams need a win.
Yep.
Both teams are desperate for a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. And it's we haven't said that about Kansas City too often.
No.
To keep their playoff hopes alive, but they need a win badly.
They do, and both have some key injuries on the offensive line. Let's talk about it. We're injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Dr. Casey Tabor joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Doc, good news, bad news, I guess, depending on if you're a Tyler Guyton fan or not. He's got a high ankle sprain, unlikely to play for the Chiefs. That actually could be a good thing. But for the Chiefs, their Pro Bowl guard, Trey Smith, is dealing with both a high and low ankle sprain. How do you sprain high and low?
Typically, these are just they're an extension from one injury to the other. So the more you roll, the way they usually grade those is as you roll your ankle, if it continues to externally rotate or rotate in a position that you're not supposed to rotate, you will start tearing the ligaments up higher. And so those are what they refer to typically as a quote-unquote high ankle sprain. And, if they get really bad, sometimes those high ankle sprains are surgical. If y'all remember, like Tua had it when he was at Alabama and was out like 2 weeks and then came back and played. We've seen a bunch of players get those little procedures where they basically put a big stitch in between there to support it, and it gives it support. The lower ones are your typical ones that you see in a basketball. You kind of roll your ankle and you swell around the outer part of the ankle. And so those higher ones are just typically an extension from the lower to a higher, more violent turn or rotation on the ankle.
Interesting stuff there. So both offensive lines with some problems. I want to ask you this, Doc, because I saw this and I'm kind of confused, and I know you can clear it up. Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, said his left shoulder went a little numb after a hit in the loss to the Texans last Thursday. If an athlete tells you the shoulder went numb, what do you get from that?
So most of the time when that happens, if you remember, if you played sports, whatever, a lot of guys will get these things that they call stingers. Yep. And all that is a traction injury. So they get hit kind of funny, and then that nerve gets pulled. And when it does, it causes a sensory abnormality, I guess you can call, down whichever nerve is affected. So it can go all the way down to your fingers or to your elbow or up into your shoulder. And so he probably had, and usually in football, they're either hit and get their shoulder driven back and it tensions their nerves through their neck or their shoulder, or they hit the ground hard and it does that. And so they're just a stinger. They're a little traction injury to the nerve. Most of the time they hurt for a few seconds and they come back. It's kind of like if you hit your funny bone and your pinky tingles for 3 or 4 seconds and it comes back. So that's a similar kind of injury that we've all had, and that's what that sensation usually is. The only other thing is sometimes they can have some neck issues, and if they do have neck issues, it can be a bigger issue where they have what we call stenosis, where the spinal cord canal isn't open large enough. And those are bigger issues, and that's only if they're having these things recurrently and over, and you'll see some people have to lay off of football permanently. But his is most likely just a traction injury, which just means his nerve got tugged on and caused a little sensory deficit.
Dr. Casey Tabor joining us here on the Blitz for our injury update. 3 great games on Thanksgiving. The nightcap, Cincinnati against Baltimore. The return of Joe Burrow, about 2.5 months since he had that toe injury, had some surgery on. Quite frankly, little surprising that he's healthy enough and ready to go this soon. And at 3-8, you wonder, is it worth it? Although you look at that division and they still have a chance because that division sucks. But what limitations do you think Joe Burrow will have?
So I don't think, obviously they're clearing him to play because they're not going to put any limitations on him. But I think if you watch him, the most common thing you usually see is they'll lose. Surprisingly, they often lose zip on the ball because they can't push off with that plant foot. And so that's the thing that I would look for, is he's still able to make, the 15-yard out route on the far side of the field, or the 15-yard dig route where he has to really kind of hammer it in there. Those are the ones that they can struggle on. So does he have enough zip on his ball as he normally does?
You know, Doctor, it's interesting you say that. Brock Purdy last night threw 3 interceptions in the first half. He's coming off a very similar injury. Now, he said today his toe had nothing to do with that, but when you're talking about losing a little zip on the ball, it looked like that's what happened with those 3 picks last night.
I don't know. I mean, I watched that too, and if you was it Aikman that was commenting on it? The first 2 I thought were bad decisions.
Yeah.
And you know, I think sometimes that's a mental game too, especially for the quarterbacks. It takes them, as much as we think of it as physical and the physical injury, sometimes their brain has to kind of catch up and get back to it.
I mean,
the third one, I thought he didn't have good zip on it, and I would agree. It looked like he was just not kind of stepping into it right. And you know, sometimes if physically you're not right, then it affects your whole mental confidence on what you're throwing. So, you know, those can all play into it. But he probably did have a little loss of his zip. He definitely didn't look like he did before he got injured.
No, and they were all passes over 15 yards and, you know, not the same zip and nor the accuracy as you go from there. So for people that are driving around right now that have Joe Burrow on their fantasy bench, right? And now, regardless of who else are their alternatives, do you think he is a safe play for Thursday night?
I wouldn't play him personally, but I would see how he comes back. But I also told you guys like 5 years ago that Adrian Peterson probably wouldn't come back after his ACL immediately, and he had an all-pro year that year. So what do I know, right?
Yeah. Idiot advice from Dr. Casey Tabor, man. It's kind of like Ryan Eagles betting advice. You hear the expert and go the opposite way, right?
That's correct. Absolutely right.
All right. Now, the speaking of idiots, there's going to be a lot of us over the Thanksgiving weekend in some sort of a turkey bowl. We'll get hurt. We'll have to come see you. What are the most common everyday athlete or people that think they're athletes that really shouldn't be? What kind of injuries do you generally see after Thanksgiving holiday weekend?
The big ones you don't want to have are what we call the weekend warrior injuries, and those are your Achilles, your quad tendons, your patellar tendons. Usually like your 40-year-old, 45-year-old guy that wants to get out and prove to his nephew that he can still run a good pass route, and then he plants in it and it blows up his Achilles. So those are the ones you don't want to have. Again, your most common are going to be rolled ankles and sore knees and stuff like that. But the bad ones are the Achilles or the quad tendons.
Doc, will you guys see an influx of people over this weekend or maybe into next week? Does that happen typically?
Yeah, you'll see some. I just, you know, most people are lazy and sit around over Thanksgiving. But
Thank you.
But you'll see a little bit of them over the holidays, and we always see them like when we get these ice storms. We see people all the time coming in because they slip and break a wrist or break their kneecap or tear a ligament. So sometimes it's weather related. Sometimes it's just being off and having a holiday doing dumb stuff.
Absolutely. Dr. Casey Tabor, enjoy your holiday weekend. Don't do anything
All right,
dumb.
you guys too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good
y'all
stuff.
have a good Thanksgiving, boy.
You too.
Dr. Casey Tabor with the injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine online at TSAOG.com. Dr. Tabor and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line.
Outstanding advice. I love the way these guys explain things. So the rest of us that
Gilbert on YouTube, I will not be a weekend warrior.
I won't either. I can guarantee you I will not be. Pledge, you got a show tonight? Really?
I do.
Yeah. Is it a half or a full?
It's a half.
It's a half.
We got the Aggies.
We got the Aggies. Okay. So half of Extra Innings with Pledge coming up next. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning. Rob and AJ, the Morning Huddle, they get you started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I will be back at 2 right here. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson.